Catch the spirit of the game, the Hastings Sodbusters.
So proud of the guys, just kept clawing, kept fighting back, and I'm beyond proud of them.
He sends a high fly ball to deep right center field. No one's going to catch that. It is going way back, and that is out of here for a home run. Luke Cossey, a monster shot, clears the 405 sign. Our first home run at Duncan Field since 2023. Touch 'em all, Luke Cossey.
Our fans recognize that, and they know that it's a family atmosphere at our place, and that's what we like.
One run will score. Here comes a second run home. Johnston digging for third. He slides in, and the Sodbusters have a 3-0 lead as Weston Johnston scorches one over the head of Jake Daly.
All the credit to the guys in the dugout playing really, really hard, keeping it simple, throwing strikes on the mound, going right at kids, and then just keep it simple up at the plate. And all the credit to the guys for just busting their butts night in, night out.
Catch the spirit of the game, the Hastings Sodbusters.
The Hastings Sodbusters try to salvage Game 2 of the doubleheader against the Nebraska Prospects. Nebraska disappointed Hastings in a 3-1 setback in the first game of the day. Really good pitching for their two guys who saw the mound in the first contest. J.D. Moffitt goes 4 innings, and Ryan Turner finishes it up with 3. Sodbusters managing only 1 run on 5 hits, but what a hit it was as Cale Jensen left the yard for the second time in his Sodbuster career and the first time this season. But that was it for Hastings offensively. Now the Sodbusters trying for the split. We're going to have another Sodbuster Spotlight. When we come back, we'll hear from Brady Alexander. I'm Steve Stein, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters Baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters Baseball. It's a hit.
Catch the spirit of the game, the Hastings Sodbusters.
It is a Sodbuster Spotlight. We get a chance to hear from Brady Alexander. Kind of been neat to follow him throughout the course of this year, even before he was a Sodbuster, being a Plainsman. I guess, Brady, tell us a bit about how you came to be involved with this Independence League.
So off the start, we were trying to find me a place at Ohio to play summer, so it was just hard to find it. Then the Plainsman coach reached out, needed an extra outfielder, so I came out here. And I'm blessed to come out here, got the opportunity, and wanted to play more baseball after that. I know the Plainsman season's short, so God allowed me to be on the team and got to play the rest of the season with the Sodbusters.
Really cool to have you part of the team. I guess talk about the whole Plainsman experience. You know what you sign up for, but basically, okay, you're going to be playing 18 games in 20 days, all on the road. Here you go. What was that like?
It was for sure a change. You're on the road for 3 weeks. It's tiring, but it's a grind. It's an awesome experience, though, coming out here. It was different. Not knowing anybody is jumping on a plane, coming out here, and it was an awesome experience. Like I said, got to play good baseball, got to meet a great group of guys, staff, and everything, and I'm very blessed to be able to do that.
Did you build some chemistry with those guys? It was such a quick turnaround. Didn't know any of them. Talk about the chemistry you had with the Plainsmen.
Oh, yeah, for sure. By the time we got here for the second series, we kind of all came together. Just living with each other, being on the bus with each other for a while. We built a great chemistry, in that short amount of time. And, I'm going to talk to those guys for the rest of my life and just be in touch with them for a great long time.
And you were a thorn in the side of the Hastings Sodbusters, 421 against them, 9 out of 21. Do you like hitting here at Duncan Field? Most people come in and think, man, this is a big old field.
Oh, yeah, it's a great field to hit at. I know you're not going to probably send a ball out. But if you hit that gap, the ball's going to go. And just fun running around the bases, trying to find those gaps and just sticking to my approach and just hitting the ball hard somewhere. I mean, it's just a fun time to play. Or even fielding-wise, I mean, you know you're not going to really deal with the wall as much, so you can just run for days out there tracking fly balls and getting balls out there.
And that's what I was going to say. Being an outfielder has got to be fun. And we try to recruit so many center fielders. It's probably fun about whatever field you play in a field like this, unless you're left field looking into the sun.
Yeah, I mean, it's my first day out there in left today, so, I mean, I know the sun's going to be effect, but, I mean, just being able to go out there, use my speed, and just tracking fly balls down is a great, fun time out there.
We're hearing from Brady Alexander. He's our Sodbuster Spotlight, originally from Pennsylvania, University of Ohio Bobcat. Talk a bit about the recruiting process and how you made your choice to go to Ohio.
So it was my sophomore year and my junior year. We were in Indianapolis, and it's like an 8 a.m. game, really early game last day, and Ohio came to watch, a couple of their assistant coaches came to watch me play, and they just really liked me, and we stayed in touch for about 5 to 6 months, and they officially gave me an offer, and it was just couldn't pass up on it, talking with a group of guys like that for a long time, just loving the school. So the only 3-hour drive close to home, so my parents and family can come watch me and friends. So, I mean, it was just a great school to choose and good baseball history and background.
And you got some good playing time, had a couple of home runs, played 18 games. I guess what were your goals coming into the offseason in terms of improving on your hitting or fielding? Tell us a bit about what you're hoping to accomplish this summer.
So, yeah, I mean, coming into the summer, I wanted to cut down on a lot of swing and misses and strikeouts. I feel like that was kind of a play in my game that, like, I needed to focus on a lot. I mean, I know I can hit for power. I know I can find the gaps, but cutting down the strikeouts, I feel like, is going to improve my game a lot. And just fielding-wise, finding a position out there I'm comfortable with. It's a big change going into college. As balls are hit a lot harder. So, I mean, just like being able to read the ball more off the bat this summer and doing that, and especially stealing bases too, and finding just more tools in my game that I can work and become a better baseball player to win games for them next year.
And you've been primarily a center fielder for Hastings. You mentioned the fact, as we talk, get to play left field. Do you have a favorite position out there?
I would say center. I mean, you get to control the outfield. You know, it just everything hit to you is kind of straight on, easier to read. You can run for days. I like using my speed out there and just being relaxed and just playing, just having fun out there. So probably center field.
And you mentioned the hitting approach. Does that change here at Duncan Field a little bit? I mean, you talk about hitting the balls hard, but sometimes if you're hitting the ball hard in the air, it's not gonna get out of here. Do you change your approach at all in a field like this compared to Fremont or a Pier or a Spearfish?
No, my approach each time is going up there, just reacting to pitches. I mean, finding my fastball early in the count, or even something I can hit if something off speed hangs there or something like that, or sits there, I'm gonna hit it. But I don't change my approach. I feel like changing your approach field to field, just you think too much about it. I mean, I know a lot of these balls I hit this week been hard out the center field, deep fly balls, deep line drives. I mean, at the end of the day, you can't get really mad about it. You hit the ball hard, put it on the barrel. So I wouldn't say I changed my approach. I only change it when I get to 2 strikes and just, anything close, just put it in play and cause some chaos in the field and try to move some runs around and players to other bases, pretty much.
He's Brady Alexander. He's our player profile, our Sodbuster Spotlight. Academically, talk a little about what you're studying at Ohio and long-term plans.
So right now I was business undecided my first year, so I was in the School of Business, but I'm leaning more towards supply chain management and probably get my sales certificate as well. Something in business. I mean, I like to be around people. I mean, businesses, you can get a lot of jobs in it nowadays, but I'm also willing to coach after I'm done playing baseball as well, and help some players out, help some kids out, because, a lot of coaches have impacted me in my life, so I'd like to do something like that in the future as well. Who
have been some of those coaches? I mean, we probably won't know them here, but guys who you can give a shout out to who've had a big impact on you.
Definitely my travel organization, Pittsburgh Diamond Dogs back at home. I mean, they believed in me since day one. I mean, gave me the opportunity, got me recruited to play college baseball. As well as one of my coaches, Scott Calloway. He was my first kind of travel ball coach there too, and Frank Merigliano, Dom, and Flanagan, and a couple of my friends' dads. They have really impacted me, and my high school coaches, Brian Junker, Coach Ben Yeckel, and Tommy Grleski, they have really helped me out a lot too to get here, and even my college coaches nowadays.
Now, the Pittsburgh area, Pirates fan?
Yeah, I'm a Pirates fan, also a Red Sox fan as well, so Red Sox were my favorite team since I was younger, so still cheer for the Pirates too. But
and now, are you a sports fan overall? Steelers guy? Tell us about that aspect of it.
Yeah, I'm a big Steelers fan. I mean, good history behind Pittsburgh Steelers, so it's always fun to watch them, so I'm a big Steelers fan as well.
Brady Alexander, who joined Hastings after his time with the Plainsmen. I'm Steve Stein. That's our Sodbuster Spotlight.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate wood bat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to hastingssodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Let's take you down to the field in advance of today's game for the singing of our national anthem. The singing of our national anthem in advance of today's matchup between the Hastings Sodbusters and the Nebraska Prospects, game number 2 of the Twin Bill after Hastings dropped the opener by a score of 3-1. Starting lineups, first of all, for Hastings, they go with Brady Alexander in center field. It's Luke Causey batting second and playing right. Weston Johnston, the catcher, bats third. Cale Jensen at first base, batting fourth. Batting fifth and playing third base, Tyler Welch. Batting sixth is Jet Hannaford in left field. Batting seventh, Chase Miller, the shortstop. Batting eighth, designated hitter Jake Jackson Crane, and batting ninth for the Hastings Sodbusters and playing second base, Max Israel. Marcus Miller will get the start on the mound for the Hastings Sodbusters. It's Alexander, Causey, Johnston, Jensen, Welch, Hannaford, Miller, Crane, and Israel, with Miller on the mound. For the Nebraska Prospects, Paul Schuyler will be in center field, Ripken Fleck at second base, Mike Valdivia at shortstop, Kobe Hatcher is the designated hitter, then it's Nikolai French doing the catching, Jake Smolinski at third base, Sean Robinson in right, Cody Cizik at first, and Isaac Borges in left. Jack Starr will get the mound start for the Nebraska Prospects as we see Marcus Miller take the hill for the Hastings Sodbusters. And again, defensively, he'll be backed up by Weston Johnston doing the catching. Cale Jensen at first, Max Israel at second. Third baseman is Tyler Welch, and at shortstop Chase Miller. The outfield left to right, Jet Hannaford, Brady Alexander, and Luke Causey. And for Marcus Miller for the Hastings Sodbusters, he has been dynamite as he is 3-1, a 4.91 ERA, making his sixth appearance. 34 and a third, allowing 18 runs, 16 of those earned. Keep in mind, Fremont has beat him around a couple of times. 11 of those earned runs out of the 16 came against Fremont. He's allowed 30 hits, struck out 40, walked only 11, and hit one. Opponents batting .222 against him. Again, his ERA is 4.19. You take away the 2 Fremont starts, his ERA is 1.79. So he's happy to be playing against anybody but Fremont today. And he'll try to shut down the Nebraska Prospects and get Hastings back in the win column. It really wasn't the pitching in game number 1. Hastings just could not get anything going offensively. Had a couple of base runners lost on the bases. Their only run was a home run off the bat of Cale Jensen as Paul Schuyler steps to the plate and takes ball 1. We're underway here in game 2 of our 7-inning Twin Bill. Had a pitch swung on and missed as the game time is at 7:06. Game time temperature, we were in the 80s for game number 1, and it's really a gorgeous night for baseball here at Duncan Field as the pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes. T. Smith calling the balls and strikes today. It's 83 degrees here in Hastings at game time. Just a picture-perfect late July evening for Sodbuster baseball. Pitch outside for a ball, 2 balls and 2 strikes on Paul Schuyler. Schuyler in game number 1 going 1 for 4 with a run scored as the damage done in just 1 inning for the Prospects. Hard hit ball into left field for a base hit. Paul Schuyler leads things off against Marcus Miller with a hit. And a leadoff single amassed there that will bring to the plate Ripken Fleck. Fleck 2 for 3 in the first game with a run scored. Is that first game disappointing for Hastings after they put up 13 against the Prospects in a run rule victory, falling by a score of 3-1. As all of the runs coming in the third for the Prospects in that first game, as they had 3 runs on 8 hits. The Sodbusters just 1 run on 5 hits. Neither team committed an error. Bouncing ball back to Miller. He'll throw to second. Nearly throws it away. They'll throw over to first. Everybody is going to be safe. Unfortunate there, Miller pulling the shortstop off the bag, Chase Miller. Chase Miller still had a chance to touch second. Paul Schuyler had stopped. And instead of getting 2 outs, the Sodbusters get 0 outs. And now there are runners at first and second and no one out. So Miller pulling Miller away from second base. And like I say, it's unfortunate. The instinct for Chase Miller was to go ahead and throw it to first. If he would have just stuck around and stepped on the bag, he still could have gotten the out because Schuyler had stopped. His slide came up short of the bag. So really bizarre happening here. And now Hastings in trouble in this first inning. And Marcus Miller on a pinch count because he is going to be starting the game tomorrow. Wanted to see how he was coming off that foot injury as he lost a battle with a mower, had some stitches, and so he's just going to try to get under 30 pitches here, and then he would get the start tomorrow. You can come back with no rest if you pitch under 30 pitches, so we were expecting to see him go maybe an inning, and this is a tough start, a single and an error to begin the contest. Here's the pitch. Big swing, no contact for Mike Valdivia. So Schuyler reaches on the single. He's second on the fielder's choice grounder. And a throwing error allowing Schuyler to get to second with Mike Valdivia trying to make it hurt here in the first. 1 for 3 with an RBI to run scored in the first game today. And the Prospects would like nothing more than to jump on top again. They played from in front in the first game as they took a 3-0 lead after 3. The Sodbusters' lone run coming in the fourth on a solo home run for Cale Jensen, far and away the highlight of that first. Sodbusters had all kinds of opportunities go by the wayside as they had 5 hits, but had a couple of other opportunities when they were with multiple runs on and could not score. Now 3-2 the count on Mike Valdivia. First 2 have reached for the Prospects here in the top half of inning number 1, just getting started. Another scheduled 7-inning game, so you hate to fall behind because it seems like you run out of at-bats in a hurry in these 7-inning contests. First and second, no one out, and the 3-2 delivery is bounced to the right side. That's going to be a tough play. Second baseman's got it, throws to first, and it's thrown away, and everybody's going to be safe. There will be runners at first and third as a run comes home. Max Israel was able to get there, tried to throw it over to Cale Jensen. I don't think Jensen really knew whether to go after it or cover first. Now no time is called, and they'll send a runner home. Hastings really not into it here in the early going, as no time was called, and Hastings kind of milling around with the ball over on the far side, and a steal of home there for Ripken Fleck. So how about the job there for the Prospects? They come out and put an early body blow for the Hastings Sodbusters. 2 runs end up scoring before the play is over, and there's Kobe Hatcher with 2 home, runner at first, and no one out. Here's the pitch. Inside for a ball. And you just desperately hope that there's no carryover after a first game loss. And I don't want to say there is, but it's not pretty here in the early going. Schuyler had the lone hit. Everything else has been ugly. Just 3 have batted and already 2 on the board in the contest as a pair of errors. And then Ripken Fleck taking advantage of the Sodbusters really not paying attention to him to get a second run home. Big swing, no contact. And the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes on Kobe Hatcher. Schuyler scores the first run of the game. Ripken Fleck the second run of the contest. And it is 2-0. here in inning number 1. Runner goes. Pitch swung on and missed. Throw down to second base is high and into center field. No chance for further advancement as Sodbusters able to get a guy over there to make the stop. That's Brady Alexander out there. So the strikeout of Hatcher gets the first out of the inning, but a stolen base for Valdivia. He's got some wheels. As Valdivia, 11 of 13 in stolen bases for the year. Here's the pitch. It's taken upstairs. 2-0. Prospects on top. Runner at second base and only one man out for Nikolai French. French in the first game today going 2 for 4. As the Prospects would out hit the Sodbusters 8-5. Pitch misses for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. The count on Nikolai French as Marcus Miller trying to get it figured out here in the first. There's action behind him. Again, Marcus just going to throw probably 1 inning today. You're hoping to get him through the first. And then they'll turn to the bullpen, and Marcus will likely be the starter tomorrow. He's trying to maximize your innings, heading into a huge 2-game series at Oahe. How huge will it be? That kind of depends on what happens today and tomorrow, as you've got the 2 more with the Nebraska Prospects, then Saturday and Sunday at Oahe. And if you don't find a way to win these next couple of games, those games at Oahe may not mean anything. And now the ball tails inside and French hit by a pitch. So really shaky start for the Hastings Sodbusters overall. They've committed 2 errors. They've allowed 1 hit. And now a hit batsman. Here's Jake Smolinski. Jake Smolinski will come to the plate. He went 0 for 3 in the first game, batting .208 coming into today. Now 0 for 10 against the Hastings Sodbusters on the season. This Prospects team was hitting only .198 coming into today, while the Sodbusters were .293 against the Prospects, but that will get closer to being even after the first game today. The Prospects winning their first game against the Sodbusters in 6 tries as they go to 1-5 against Hastings, and now 1-0 the count on Smolinski. Runners at first and second, only 1 man out. And the Prospects looking for more. Off-speed pitch is fouled away. 1 ball and 1 strike. This is the beer batter, so fans are hopefully excited to find a way to get some sort of beer special if he goes down on strikes. And for the year, the Hastings Sodbusters are now 21 of 29 in beer batter retirements by strikeout. So, done a pretty good job of picking guys to strike out. 1-1, and the delivery is lofted in the air, short right field. That's a long run for everybody, and that's going to fall, and the bases will be loaded. If it's a clean play on 1 hop, maybe Causey gets an out at second on a force play. As it stands, the bases are loaded. So Smolinski comes up with the second hit of the inning. 2 errors in the inning. And now the Prospects a chance to put a huge number on the board with Sean Robinson. Robinson, the right fielder, already 2-0. And Marcus Miller trying to dial up a double play ball, and the Sodbusters trying to make a play defensively. Pitch is bounced foul. What tremendous reflexes for Sean Robinson. He fouled it off and caught it with his right hand. Bounced right up into his hand, and a good job there for Robinson, who went 1 for 3 in the first game today. Now 3 for 12 for .250 against the Sodbusters. His season batting average at .118. Bases are loaded here in the first. Pitch is bounced to the left side, and that is going to be fielded by the third baseman. No play. Tyler Welch could not grab it cleanly. If he does, maybe he can come home, or maybe he can step on the bag. He can do neither. And another tough play for the Hastings Sodbusters, as this has been an ugly first inning of play. This will be an error. The 3rd error of the inning. The bases are still loaded. And it is 3-0. And here comes Cody Cizik. Swing and a miss. No balls and 1 strike on Cody Cizik. Tomorrow, Last home game of the year. If you're in Central Nebraska, a chance to see the Sodbusters one more time. They maybe would have had a chance to make the playoffs, but you feel like you need to win the rest of them, and Hastings is trying to get the second and third outs of this first inning of Game 2 after dropping the opener 3-1. A really tough start for Hastings. They're going to have to at least come from a 3-run deficit in this contest after they had to battle from 3 runs behind in the first and able to score only 1 run. Bouncing ball to the left side. Welsh has got it, mishandles again, but does throw home to get the force play there. So they get the lead runner, and the Sodbuster fans, a big cheer, but it was, I don't know if it was all legit. I thought that was kind of a hooray. And a mock cheer, whatever you want to call it, we'll take it. Any way to get it done. Here's Isaac Borges, 9th man to bat in the inning. A fielder's choice grounder off the bat of Cizik. French is forced out at home, 5-2 on the put out there. Smolinski advances to third, and Robinson to second. Isaac Borges trying to make this first inning really hurt. Bouncing ball to the right side. It's going to be fielded by Israel. Throws to first in time. Borges can get down the line, so you had to make that play clean. And when all is said and done, 3-run score for the Nebraska Prospects. On 2 hits, there were 3 Sodbuster errors. It's 3-0 Prospects. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
Bottom half of inning number 1, 3-0. The Prospects on top, 3 runs on 2 hits, 3 errors for Hastings. No earned runs allowed by Marcus Miller as he threw 28 pitches. And like I said, that's probably it for Marcus. One of the errors was his own, and that turned really ugly, really early for the Hastings Sodbusters. And now needing to find a way to bounce back, and you don't necessarily need them all, but you'd like a run or 2 right here just to believe you can. And they take on a right-hander. It's Jack Starr. Starr making an appearance here. He was with the team early in the season. He got a start at Spearfish, and it was a really tough start. His ERA is 38.5. He worked 2 innings, allowing 11 runs on 9 hits, striking out 4 and walking 4. He is 0-1 with that lone appearance of the season. Spearfish, a really tough place to pitch. Has a little bit of elevation there, smaller field, and say early in the season the Prospects were shorthanded from a pitching standpoint, so probably didn't go to the bullpen as quickly as they would have liked to, and so he had a really tough outing. And the Sodbusters are going to be batting Alexander, Causey, and Johnston here in the first. Defensively for the Prospects, catcher is Nikolai French. At first base, Cody Cizik. The second baseman, Ripken Fleck. At third base, it's Jake Smolinski. The shortstop, Mike Valdivia. In left field, Isaac Borges. Center field, Paul Schuyler. And in right field, Sean Robinson. And Hastings has seemingly been behind since the day began. Prospects scored 3 runs in the 3rd inning in the first contest. Sodbusters' only run came in the 4th, and they give up a 3 spot to begin the 2nd game, 7-inning contest. And so gets really tough early on here as Hastings trying to remain in the playoff hunt. That was a tough loss, putting them back to 4 games over 500. That would put them back into a tie with Casper, also 4 games over 500. Sodbusters do have 1 more game than Casper this year as a bunt for Alexander. It comes right to Starr, who throws it away. Alexander hits the first base bag. He's headed for 2. And we have already seen 4 errors in the contest. Sodbusters committed 3. Starr could not have asked for a better start to the game. Instead, he throws it away, and now the Sodbusters have a runner in scoring position. Nobody out for Luke Causey. It'll be Causey, Johnston, and Jensen for Hastings here in inning number 1, as it's getting to be a tough part of the day. A very high sun, temperature at 83 degrees, wind blowing from the left field corner to the right field corner. And if you're a left fielder, get to this time of day, it is really difficult. Even a left side infielder, that sun will play a factor here for the next hour or so. Luke Causey, a tough first game for the Hastings Sodbusters, trying to bounce back here in game 2 as he went 0 for 4 in the opener. Left-handed batter against the right-hander, Jack Starr. Here's the pitch. Taken high and away. And the count 2 balls and no strikes. Jack Starr, he is from Millard North High School, going to Nebraska Wesleyan. So an early season pitcher now joining the team late here. 2-0 pitch, taken outside, 3 balls and no strikes. As Gabe Shemwell, Gretna grad, on to the University of Sioux Falls, former assistant at Gretna, and head coach at Elkhorn South. Sodbusters under the direction of Josh Printer, assistant coach at Arkansas State Mountain Home, that is in his hometown. Corey Caranda, the assistant coach, coaching over at first base for the Sodbusters. 3-1 the count now on Luke Causey. Runner at second, nobody out, just getting rolling in the second game after the Prospects disappointed the Sodbusters in the first. 3-1. Causey tried to check his swing, couldn't get it done. 3-2 now on Causey. Like to get him aboard. Keep the pressure on Mr. Starr. Jack Starr out there for the Nebraska Prospects. Marcus Miller throwing 28 pitches in his probably lone inning of the day. 3-2 delivery, and this one is rocketed to center field. Carrying pretty well. That's a base hit. Brady Alexander turns the corner. He's headed home. Here comes Causey. He will try for 3. The throw is not in time. Luke Causey, another extra base hit for the Hastings Sodbusters. He triples home a run. His other triples have been to right center field. That was almost dead center. And Luke Causey continues to lead the category as he was tied for a time with Weston Johnston, but comes up with his 6th triple of the year now to go along with 2 home runs. Picks up an RBI, and the Sodbusters get 1 run right back, and they have a runner at third. Nobody out for Weston Johnston here in inning number 1. Love a big answer after the Sodbusters gave up 3 unearned runs to begin the game. The pitch is taken high, I should say at the letters for a strike. No balls and 1 strike here in the bottom half of inning number 1. Weston Johnston, first game of the day for the Hastings Sodbusters. He ended up going 2 for 4. Pitch taken high for Johnston. That was his 13th multi-hit game of the year. He has 2 3-hit games. Stands in the right-handed box with a 1-1 count, Weston Johnston. Runner at third, nobody out. 1 run home here in the bottom half of inning number 1. The pitch. Swung at 1 up in his eyes. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes on Weston Johnston. So Luke Causey lines a 3-2 pitch for a triple to center field. Weston Johnston trying to battle back. Any old ground ball to a middle infielder, and the Sodbusters get their 2nd run home. Swing and a miss. Nice bounce back for Jack Starr after committing an error and giving up a triple. Strikes out the top RBI producer on the team, and now Cale Jensen will be asked to get that 2nd run home.
Number 13, Cale
Jensen, solid in the first game today. How about 1 for 1, walked a couple of times, and hit a solo home run, his 2nd in his career here at Duncan Field. Here's the pitch. Watches it go by for strike 1. Jensen had a home run 2 years ago for the Hastings Sodbusters. 3-1, the Hastings Sodbusters on the short end in game number 2. It's just the first inning. This was the final score in the first game. It's got the feeling that it may be a little different kind of score in game 2. Quickly, 2 strikes on Jensen. Again, just a ground ball at a middle infielder, and Hastings could score its 2nd run. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. How about Starr and his bounce back? Commits an error, gives up a triple, and then strikes out the 3 and 4 hitters. And now it would almost be disappointing for Hastings to only score 1 here. It'll be up to Tyner Welch as he tries to come up with a 2-out hit. 3-1 the score. The Hastings Sodbusters are on the short end here in the first inning. Off-speed pitch taken high, 1 ball and no strikes. Starr, not much velocity, as 80 to 83, about what we see normally here in the Independence League. At his curveball at 71, and that's been nasty in the early going. And the Flight Scope statistics are sponsored by Eagle Distributing. Welch with the check swing for a foul. 1 ball and 1 strike here in inning number 1. 3-1. Prospects on top. Here's the pitch. It's on the outside corner for strike 2. So Starr on the verge of striking out the side after he had given up an error and a triple to open the game. And this would be a win for the Prospects if they get out of this with only 1 run allowed. 1 ball and 2 strikes, and the pitch way outside. Lucky that one didn't go back to the screen, but it was high and away, so Nikolai French coming out of his stance, able to get to that with not too much difficulty. 2-2 the count on Tyner Welch. Luke Causey stands at third after his team leading 6th triple. Pitch way outside, another good stop there for French. And it's gone to 3-2, trying to get Jet Hannaford into bat here in this first inning. Hannaford starting in left field in game number 2 after he came off the bench as a pinch runner in the first game. 3-2 pitch, bounce to the left side. The third baseman, Smolinski's got it. Throws to first, low throw, but dug out of there at the shoe tops. Good job for Cody Cizik, and the Sodbusters settled for 1. 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error. We head to the second. The Prospects 3, Hastings 1. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
We head to inning number 2. Sodbusters on the short end of a 3-1 game, and Hastings will have a new right-hander out of the pen. This is going to be Braden Cork, trying to keep it a 2-run deficit. Braden Cork making his 9th appearance. He's 3-2 with a 4.7 ERA, making his 9th appearance. 28 innings thrown, 14 runs allowed, 13 of those earned, 31 hits. Has struck out 35 while walking 14. He has hit 1. Opponents hitting 272 against him. He does have a win against the Nebraska Prospects. Went 2 in the third innings. No runs, 2 hits. Struck out 5 and didn't walk anybody. Against Fremont, during that rain delay deal, he ended up picking up the win, working 5 innings. 1 run, 6 hits, striking out 4 and walking 1. Going to see if he can put some zeros on the board and allow the offense to come back, and he'll face the top of the order as the Prospects sent the most they could as they batted around in that first inning, left them loaded and scored 3, and Paul Schuyler takes strike 1. He had a single his first time up, but then the Sodbusters started kicking it around. 3 errors in the inning. The only other hit was from Jake Smolinski. Quickly 2 strikes the count on Paul Schuyler. And the delivery, bouncing ball to the left side, could be trouble. Miller knocks it down, turns, throws, not in time. Infield single for Paul Schuyler. Chase Miller did all he could. That ball hit deep in the hole on the left side. Miller's only chance was to kind of hurl as quickly as he could without setting his feet, and pretty much threw a strike, a one-hopper to Cale Jensen, but Schuyler with back-to-back singles in as many innings. Here's Ripken Fleck, reached on a fielder's choice. He grounded it right back to Marcus Miller. It could have, should have been a double play. It was neither, as Miller threw wildly and pulled Chase Miller away from the bag at second base. The Sodbusters got no outs on the play, and the Prospects would go on to score 3 unearned runs. 1-0 delivery. Pitch is taken for a strike, and this was, again, the plan, just to throw Marcus Miller a minimum number of pitches. He throws 28 today and will likely start tomorrow as well, as they'll get their last opportunity for Marcus Miller, and hopefully that'll be a little more positive experience. Again, you wonder if those stitches in his foot have any impact on his mobility and his ability to set and throw, as he kind of threw a screwball back there to his shortstop, Chase Miller, trying to get the force out at second. 2-1 pitch. Across for strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Ripken Fleck. Again, we heard the background in the first game about his brother Maddox, who is a Division I guy, James Madison. It's a baseball family when your kids are Ripken and Maddox. Here's the pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes. I almost expected Dawson to be out there. Thinking of solid last names, which could be first names of good baseball players from that era. 3-2 pitch, swung on and missed, and down goes Ripken Fleck, and a good bounce back for Braden Cork. Allows the infield single, then comes up with a strikeout. Still has to get through Valdivia and Hatcher here in inning number 2. 3-1 the score. Prospects on top of the Hastings Sodbusters, dropping the opener to fall 4 games over 500. Casper's also 4 games over 500. Oahe and Spearfish are 8 games over 500 as we wind things down in the second half. Here's the pitch, taken at the letters for a strike. 1 strike the count on Valdivia. Oahe with a huge series at Fremont, 2 games, and after a day off, it'll be Casper hosting Spearfish for 3. At this point, you're probably rooting for Spearfish. If Spearfish wins the second half, need to find a way to finish ahead of Casper in the overall standings. And that means winning a lot of games. Oahe, again, tied for first place with Spearfish, but Hastings will have their chance to put 2 losses on Oahe if they can win a couple in Pier, and that's certainly not an easy prospect the way the Zap are playing in the second half. Pitch down low, 2 balls and 2 strikes on Mike Valdivia. Valdivia reaching on an air and scoring the 3rd Prospects run back in the first. Valdivia, the Iowa Western guy, Millard West grad. Man, there's some good baseball played in the metro area. 2-2 pitch on the way. Bouncing ball foul. Remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Metro pretty well dominating American Legion baseball in the summer. For most of the first 20 years that they had the 2 divisions in the Class A state tournaments, but we've seen some other teams come to the forefront in recent years. The 2-2 delivery is through the wickets. It's 3-2. That will allow Schuyler to get into scoring position. Lincoln East has come to the forefront outside of the Omaha metro area here the last few years. And sandwiched around the COVID year, Gretna and Fremont, both winning division championships in back-to-back years, and that was when Hastings had a chance to host the Mid-South Regional. This one, a rocket off the glove of Valdivia, but right to Causey. Runner tags, and the throw's not going to be in time. It'll be cut off by Miller. So Causey, good job playing that one off the bat of Mike Valdivia. A line drive out there, second out of the inning. Schuyler to third, and the Sodbusters trying to keep him off the board with Kobe Hatcher coming to the plate. Hatcher, a strikeout victim, his first time up. Kobe Hatcher, Iowa Western guy. He's Creighton Prep, and speaking of good baseball, oh my goodness, has Creighton Prep had some teams. Pitch drops off the counter for a strike right there. No balls and a strike. As here's the delivery, 0-1. And this one lofted high in the air right field, and Luke Causey right there. And so the infield single does not come home to roost. He's stranded at third. A good job for Braden Cork to put a 0 on the board. Hastings trails at 3-1 after 1.5. This is Sodbuster Baseball. Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner. A friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters on the short end of a 3-1 game as the Nebraska Prospects scoring 3 runs in the first on just 2 hits. Now they have 3 runs on 3 hits. Hastings, a disappointing end to a promising start in the first. They had an error and a triple. Runner at third, nobody out, but could not score that second run as a strikeout, a ground out, ending the threat. It'll be Hannaford, Miller, and Crane up there against Jack Starr. As Starr battled through some early difficulties and threw 20 pitches to allow 1 unearned run. The only run came across really after Starr misfired on the comebacker. He very easily could have got out of that inning with no damage done. So he ended up striking out the 3 and 4 hitters and then prompting a ground out from the 5-hole hitter. Jet Hannaford now coming to the plate for the Hastings Sodbusters. Jet playing at his home in Arkansas State Mountain Home. He's from that community. Takes the pitch outside for a ball. Had 5 school records for his high school football team, but has always been a baseball guy. Takes the first pitch for a ball. 1-0 delivery on the way. That's outside for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes on Jet Hannaford. 278 coming into today. A couple of doubles, 10 runs batted in, 24 runs scored, and first among players on the team that are here, active players in stolen bases, as he's 11 for 12 on the season. 2 for 9 against the Nebraska Prospects. And the 3-0 delivery. Jet Hannaford watches it go by for a strike, so says home plate umpire T. Smith. Chris Giannunzio is the field umpire. 3-1 delivery is taken for a ball. Sodbusters get their leadoff man aboard for the second straight inning. Jet Hannaford, great speed on the bases with Chase Miller coming to the plate for Hastings. Miller 0 for 2 in the first game today. Chase out of Saginaw Valley State, now just 1 for 12 against the Nebraska Prospects. Went 0 for 2 with 3 runs scored in the series opener, won by the Sodbusters, and Miller did walk 3 times and score 3 times as Hastings taking advantage of a bunch of wildness in that game. They were walked 14 times in the game on, what was that, Tuesday. I lose track of my days here when you're playing so many home games in a row. Winding down this homestand. Hastings won the game 13-3 on Tuesday. The off day yesterday after the threat of rain, forcing a doubleheader today, and Hastings losing the first game of the Twin Bill 3-1. And Miller lays down a bunt on the right side. It's going to be a tough play. Starr's got it. Will throw to first. Not in time. Going first to third, Jet Hannaford. The throw is not going to be in time, I don't think. Now the 2 umpires will get together, and let's see. They are going to say that Jet Hannaford is safe, I think. T. Smith and the field umpire, I don't know if either one of those guys saw Jet Hannaford make the turn and get to third. And that's just a tough situation there as the runner going first to third. Jet Hannaford able to get in there safely, apparently. And the Nebraska Prospects are wondering who's going to make the call, and that's just a tough situation for the umpires, as I don't think either guy got a great look over there, Chris Giannunzio or T. Smith. At this point, I think we're going to have a runner at first and a runner at third. The infield single laid down by Chase Miller, and great hustle for Jet Hannaford. And a pretty good relay throw. I thought there was no way they were going to throw out Jet Hannaford, but Cody Cizik over to Smolinski, who was trying to retreat back to third base, made a good grab and made the dive for the tag. And I think the umpires got to tell Gabe Shumwell, sorry, just really no. I don't think either guy got a great look at it, so when they couldn't tell that he was out, he's going to be safe. So Sodbusters will have runners at the corners and nobody out. The walk to Hannaford, the infield single for Miller, and the Sodbusters very aggressive on the bases, and Jackson Crane will come to the plate here, down by 2, bottom of the second inning. Trying to keep the pressure on, Jack Starr. Here's the pitch. Crane drills it foul. No balls and a strike on Jackson Crane for the Hastings Sodbusters. Crane getting his first start at second base of the season. Went 0 for 1 in the first game. Against the Prospects, 4 for 12. Had a 1 for 3 in RBI day, and that 13-3 win on Tuesday. Now the second game of the Twin Bill. Runner goes, and the pitch drops in for a strike, and Miller will steal this without a throw. Runners at second and third, nobody out. So for the second straight inning, the first two have reached. The first inning, Sodbusters only able to plate 1. We'll see if they can get a crooked number on the board and at least get it tied up. Jackson Crane at the plate, and 2 strikes on him. Starr would love his third strikeout. And the pitch inside, and that is off the bat of Jackson Crane. Unfortunate there, nearly got a piece of him. Crane hit by a pitch in the first game. Leads the team in that category. He had no argument as it did catch a part of the bat. Remains no balls and 2 strikes on Jackson Crane. 3-0. I should say 3-1. Sodbusters trail it in the second inning. Bouncing ball back up the middle. I should say a line driver. Never got a piece of the turf, and it's an RBI single. Runners will be at the corners on the single from Jackson Crane. Crane scoring Hannaford from third. Miller advances to third, and the first 3 have reached here in the second inning, and it's 3-2. Sodbusters looking for more as they're down by a run with Max Israel coming to the plate. A change in numbers for Max. He was number 16 in the season opener. His season opener, I should say, on Tuesday, as he got an RBI and 2 runs scored. Nice debut for him, the College of St. Scholastica product. Big spot here as he tries to get that runner home from third base. It's called a strike at the letters on Max Israel for the Hastings Sodbusters. 3-2, Prospects on top. We're just in the bottom of the second inning. Scheduled 7-inning contest. And pitch taken upstairs. The first 7-inning game going to the Prospects by a score of 3-1. We saw 4 games, the entire contest in that one. We've already seen 5 runs, and we've not completed 2 innings here. Looping line drive, that's a base hit. Run will score. Hitting the second base bag. Going to third will be Jackson Crane, and Max Israel comes up with an RBI single. And the Sodbusters have tied it up at 3 apiece. And they still have runners at first and third with nobody out. Back to the top of the order for Brady Alexander. Alexander reached on an error and scored the first Sodbuster run, so you love the offensive approach here. After Hastings scuffled in that first game, just could not get anything consistently going. Here in the second game, able to get 1 in the first, 2 in the second, and still no one out. Runner goes. Pitch taken for a strike. Into scoring position goes Max Israel. So second and third, nobody out for Alexander. Big chance here for the Ohio Bobcat. Brady had a chance to play his interview before this second game. All of the player profiles are on our Sodcast. Just go to Spotify and search up Sodcast. All one word. Pitch taken on the outside corner. And Brady Alexander down to the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Going to have to battle here. There's the Sodbusters and the Prospects all knotted up at 3. Bottom half of the second inning. Check of the runner's Starr brings it home. Outside, nice stop there. Ball got away momentarily, but not far enough. Nikolai French able to keep it pretty much on the brown part of the turf over on the Prospects first base side, but really no chance for Jackson Crane to advance. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count on Alexander. Put the ball in play to a middle infielder. You can get a run home here for Hastings as The Prospects have their shortstop and second baseman back. Pitch just misses outside. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes on Brady Alexander with Luke Causey, who tripled home a run his first time up in the on-deck circle. 3-3 already here in the second after a 3-1 game, a 3-1 final in the opener. 2-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Starr able to get one by Alexander. He already has his 3rd strikeout. And now Luke Causey trying to come through here. Still a runner at 3rd and less than 2 outs. You want to at least get one more home. Hastings disappointed by their 1 run in the first inning because they had a runner at 3rd and nobody out and 1 home. And back-to-back strikeouts could not get the job done. Causey tripled to deep center field his first time up. Takes this one the other way again. It's the left fielder who started out, now comes in. That's going to fall. Causey around first. He's headed to second. 2 are in scoring position as the bloop double from Luke Causey brings home Jackson Crane. Max Israel had to make sure it fell and advances only to 3rd. As there is that Sun playing havoc. We saw Isaac Borges make a great play from a throwing standpoint in the first game, but he got no look at that, and the Sun definitely playing a factor in this one as we see Borges starting out and then realizing, uh-oh, that's going to fall in front of me. And Causey comes up with his 2nd extra base hits in as many innings. A double, a triple, and 2 runs batted in, and the Sodbusters have taken the lead at 4-3. There's still only 1 man out with 2 really good RBI guys to bat in the person of Johnston and Jensen. And tremendous base running for Luke Causey, realizing that Borges was going to throw it into 3rd and maybe to home, that he could take second base. When he came out of the box, he was thinking 2 all the way. He just never takes a play off. One of the reasons he leads the team in triples. 1-0 delivery on the way, and Johnston takes this one the other way. That's a rocket shot, but foul on the right field side. 1 ball and 1 strike on Weston Johnston. He was a strikeout victim his first time up, but had a multi-hit game in the first contest today. And he is now 8 for 23. Better than a .333 average. And actually with his strikeout, 8 for 24, so exactly .333 against the Prospects for the season. As he stands in the right-handed box for the Hastings Sodbusters. 1 ball, 1 strike. Starr brings it home. Off speed, just misses. The count goes to 2 balls and a strike on Weston Johnston. Sodbusters with the lead, 4-3. 4 runs, 5 hits, 3 errors for Hastings. 3 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for the Prospects. We have not completed 2 innings. It's a long day at the ballpark in this second game after a crisply played first contest that saw Nebraska defeat Hastings 3-1. 3-1 the count now on Weston Johnston with runners at second and third and still only 1 man out. As Hastings tried to load the bases against Starr. Here's the pitch. On inside, and then it was fouled off by Johnston. Unfortunate there, he just couldn't get the bat out of the way. It would have been ball 4. It would have been ball 4, and the ball likely back to the screen to get a run home. Instead, it's 3-2. Huge break for the Prospects on a ball that was tailing in for Starr. And the Hastings Sodbusters lead it by a score of 4-3. 3-2 delivery. Hard hit ball. It's a 1-hopper. That should get the run home from third. High throw. Safe at first base. The shortstop, Mike Valdivia, airmailed that one. Runner scores. It'll be an RBI for Johnston, who would have had the run batted in anyway, to get Israel home. Causey will go to third, but Weston Johnston will reach on the error. And now we've had a total of 5 errors, and we've not completed 2 innings. So Johnston puts the ball in play. Thought that it may hang up and be a line out and have no chance to get an opportunity to get the run home. but it took a one-hopper to Valdivia, and he just airmailed the throw. A visit to the mound as Gabe Shemwell will come out and talk. They're going to give Johnston a hit on that, so we will go with game changer and say single run batted in. Johnston at first base. Luke Causey at third, and the Hastings Sodbusters have a 5-3 lead. And correction, Causey did not advance to third. He had to have Valdivia in front of him, so did not advance. But Israel did come home on the play, and the Hastings Sodbusters have a 2-run lead. Still only one man out for Cale Jensen, who hit one out of the park in the first game today. Pretty good crowd here on a Thursday. Have no clue what the attendance is, but a nice crowd here at the ballpark for this Thursday night doubleheader. Play a single game tomorrow as this pitch way outside to Cale Jensen. 1 ball and no strikes. 8th man to bat the inning. A nice bounce back for Hastings. Their season on the brink. After losing the first game today, they were down 3-0 after a half inning. They bounced back with 5 runs over the next 1 1/3 inning and looking for more. Jensen, half-hearted swing there as he did not get a good look at it, but did offer 1 ball and 1 strike on Jensen. A nice pitch there from Starr. Jack Starr getting his start today, the Nebraska Wesleyan guy. Right-handed pitcher. 5-3, Hastings on top, and the pitch is sailing high for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike as Jack Starr, Millard North. You've got the Hastings Sodbuster right-hander, the reliever Braden Cork, Millard North. So it's a Mustang kind of day here at Duncan Field. Runners go. Pitch taken for a strike, and Starr never took a look back. A tremendous jump there for Luke Causey, who steals the base. Weston Johnston follows him, so 2 guys in scoring position with only 1 man out, and Cale Jensen has a 2-2 count on it. Starr's off-speed pitch, a perfect one to go on for those 2 guys. 2-2 delivery. Jensen takes it the other way. Foul. It remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Still only 1 man out. Here's another chance to score. A runner at third and less than 2 outs. And the middle infield is back again for the Prospects. So grounder to either the shortstop or second baseman gets the 5th run home of the inning for Hastings. Jack Starr trying to get out of this with no more damage done, but he's still only got 1 out. Jensen trying to get a piece of that. Did not. Really tough at bat for Jensen as he struck out twice in 2 innings against Starr, and it'll be up to Tyler Welch if the Sodbusters are going to get any more here. A good go so far as they're 7, 8, 9 hitters, all singling after Jet Hannaford, the number 6 hitter, walked. So the first 4 batters reach and score for Hastings. Still trying for more here at the top of the order. Pitch over the head of Welch. 1 ball and no strikes on Tyler. But Alexander striking out. Luke Causey with an RBI double. Then Weston Johnston with an infield single before the strikeout of Cale Jensen. 5-3 the score. The Hastings Sodbusters have regained the lead. Or gained the lead, I guess would be more appropriately. Never had it before, so they've got the lead for the first time after they trailed after the 3rd inning of game number 1 and never came back. Lost 3-1. Trailed after a half inning of this one, 3-0, and they've gotten 5 on the board in their first 2 at-bats here against the Prospects in the nightcap. 2-0 delivery on the way. Off speed at the letters for a strike, 2-1. Sodbusters have batted around. Welch, the 9th man to bat in the inning. 5 runs, 6 hits now for the Sodbusters. 3 runs, 3 hits for the Prospects. We've seen a combined 4 errors in the first 2 innings. Pitch across for a strike. Tyler Welch didn't think so. It's 2-2 as the Sodbuster fans grumble at home plate umpire T. Smith. A long at-bat here for the Hastings Sodbusters. A long half inning, sending 9 to the plate. A lot of drawn-out at-bats. And a 2-2 pitch from Jack Starr inside, and that beans Welch off the helmet. and he will take his base. And Jet Hannaford covered to the plate. Huge spot here with the bases loaded and 2 outs. See what Jet can get done. He walked to begin the inning and scored the first of the 4 runs so far. Chance to put a bow on this inning if he can find a gap and bring at least 2 runs home. 5-3, Hastings on top. The 10th man to bat in the inning is Jet Hannaford. At third base, it's Causey. At second base, Johnston. And Tyler Welch at first after being hit by the pitch. Off speed, swung on and missed. A mighty swing there for Jet Hannaford. No balls and a strike on Jet Hannaford. 1 in the first, 4 in the second. And the odd thing is, if you don't get any more out of this, you're still almost disappointed because you had a runner at third, less than 2 outs. Trying to add more. Missed an opportunity to add more than there won in the first inning. You're thinking this very easily could be at least 7-3. But you don't want to get greedy. I'm the broadcaster. Oh, I want to get greedy. Yeah. But Jet could really pick up his team if he finds the outfield grass here. Pitch taken upstairs. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Jet Hannaford. Sodbusters with an opportunity here to really bust it open. It's weird that we're saying that in the second inning after they trailed 3-0 after 1/2 an inning. 1-2 delivery and a swing and a miss. So a strike out of the side for Starr, but he still gives up 4 runs. After all of that, Hastings does put a 4 spot on the board on 5 hits. We head to inning number 3. It's Hastings 5, the Prospects 3, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball. Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot, and sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Inning number 3 at historic Duncan Field. The Hastings Sodbusters with a 5-3 lead, turning a game around a little bit after they trailed 3-0 after a half. Bouncing back with a run in the first, 4 runs in the second, and Braden Cork on the hill trying to earn another relief win for this Hastings Sodbuster team. If he could find a way to keep the lead from here on out, he would own the victory. As Braden Cork, solid first inning of work after allowing an infield single to their number 1 hitter, Paul Schuyler, getting a strikeout and a pair of lineouts. He'll face French, Smolinski, and Robinson here in inning number 3. As Braden Cork, Millard North guy, now making his way from Northeast Community College to Washburn. His dad, Dave, former head coach, over 400 wins for the Mustangs. Braden getting his gen eds out of the way, maybe go into sports marketing at his next stop. Coming off injuries sustained in a car accident in the spring, had an 8.29 ERA. He's really been bringing the ERA down as this summer's progressed at 4.7 heading into today, and picking up a couple of wins here recently. Now 3-2 for the Hastings Sodbusters with a 4.7 ERA as he'll face the 5, 6, and 7 hitters in inning number 3. French, Smolinski, and Robinson all reaching base their first times up. Going to be facing Braden Cork, but that first inning coming against Marcus Miller, who battled his way through 28 pitches. He's likely the starter tomorrow. As pitch count, if you pitch under 30, you can throw the next day, and they kind of wanted to get the kinks worked out after he had stitches in his foot after a lawn mowing accident. See how he feels. If he's up for it, he'll Pitch again tomorrow for the Hastings Sodbusters as a first pitch strike across to Nikolai French. He hits it hard, but at the second baseman, Israel, nice stop, high throw, but thankfully French hadn't made it down the line yet, and Jensen able to make the catch and step on the bag. 4-3 on the putout, one out here in the third inning. That'll bring to the plate Jake Smolinski. He was the beer batter, I should say is the beer batter, and reached on a single his last time up. Smolinski, a right-handed hitter for the Nebraska Prospects, and takes it for a strike. No balls and one strike. He's played a really good third base today for this Prospects team, both in the first and second games. Batting .208 coming into the day. And has not had a hit against the Hastings Sodbusters this year. 0 for 10, or had not had one until getting that first inning single. 1 for 11, does swing and miss. He's down to the count, 2 strikes. The Sodbuster fans are into it now, and the pitch, swing and a miss. Ball's in the turf, and it is a strikeout there of Jake Smolinski, so the fans are happy. They'll get some sort of beer special. That will bring to the plate Sean Robinson, and I'm happy as the broadcaster because it's 2 up and 2 down. Braden Cork, early returns for him, 83 to 85 with the fastballs. The sliders 73 to 75 are Flight Scope stats, sponsored by Eagle Distributing. We appreciate Connor Christensen and Noah Pagel for their work next door. Our producer today is Hugo Basco. 0-1 delivery, swing and a miss. Quickly 2 strikes on Sean Robinson. Robinson batting in the 7th spot in this one. Pitch taken low. 2 strikes on Sean Robinson. The Prospects coming in 9-20 and 4-7 in the second half. The Sodbusters slipping to 27-19 and 11-7 in second half standings. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. How about Braden Cork striking at back-to-back batters as we end the top half of the third inning? It remains Hastings 5 and Nebraska 3. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Sodbusters trying to continue to put on the pressure against the Nebraska Prospects. 1 in the first, 4 in the second after they gave up those 3 first-inning runs. And Braden Cork has kind of settled the game now for Hastings as he has set down 6 in a row. Hastings, meanwhile, will have 7, 8, and 9 up there against Jack Starr. Starr battling his way through these first 2 innings, allowing 5 runs, 4 of them earned on 6 hits. He struck out 5, he's walked 1, he's hit 1. And he'll be going against Miller, Crane, and Israel. All of those guys reaching base as part of that 4-run second inning. Chase Miller, an infield single, his first time up. Game number 1, Chase went 0 for 2, a Saginaw Valley Stater. The accounting major will get in the right-handed box as they complete the warm-up tosses. Again, if you're in central Nebraska, a chance to see Sodbusters one more time at home in the regular season. If there are playoff games, the playoffs would begin on Tuesday. Sodbusters would be home Tuesday and Wednesday before going to Spearfish for 3. Who's going to make the playoffs? That's the best I can tell you. Oahe 14-6, Spearfish 13-5, Hastings now 11-7, Casper 13-9. The winner of the second half will meet Spearfish. If Spearfish wins the second half, it's the team with the second best overall record. Hastings was a game and a half behind Casper in that category heading into today. Meanwhile, that loss was big for Hastings, but they still could get in if they win their final 4 games. This one tomorrow and Saturday and Sunday. Pitch is taken for a strike. Some of it be contingent on how Casper does in their home series with Spearfish. They play 3 beginning tomorrow. Oahe at Fremont tonight and tomorrow before the Saturday-Sunday matchup. And pitches in there. 2 quick strikes to Chase Miller. And when you look at where teams have finished traditionally in the Independence League, if you thought the Hastings-Oahe series would be for a division or a second-half title at the beginning of the year, that would have been problematic with the history. Oahe really hasn't battled for a title. Now, Hastings was in it until the end last year, but that could be for the second-half title, depending on how things go. Pitch misses, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Oahe's been playing really good, 14-6 in the second half after they were only 10-16 in the first half. 1-2 delivery on the way. Miller pops it up. That'll stay on the infield. It will not be a problem for the shortstop, as making the play will be Mike Valdivia, and there's 1 out here in the 3rd. Jackson Crane, an RBI single, is first time up. Came around to score a run. Jackson Crane, another one of the Arkansas Tech guys, and actually took a break from Arkansas Tech to get some at-bats at Arkansas State Mountain Home in the spring. Will be headed back to be a Wonder Boy after he hit 300 in the spring in 26 games played. Getting just what he needed, some at-bats, and then coming to get some at-bats here for the Sodbusters. He hits this one high in the air to left center field. Battling the sun, but no problem here. Oh my gosh, it falls out of the glove of the left fielder, and Jackson Crane will hustle into second base. Isaac Borges apparently had it read perfectly. He got there, was camped underneath it, and could not bring it in. Nothing is routine in left field as you look into the sun, and Borges could not make the play. So Crane will be at second base. We've had a combined 5 errors in the game, 3 on Hastings, now 2 on the Prospects, and there's a runner at second base with only 1 man out. Good job for Crane to get to second. You see a pop-up like that, you're thinking, how hard am I going to work to get to second base? Jackson wheeled it out to get to second, and a runner in scoring position for Max Israel. Now a throw back to second base, and back in is Crane. What a stab for Nikolai French on that ball that was in the turf. Had to make a backhand stop, and then French gunned it back to try to get Crane. He is safe at second base. 1 ball and no strikes, the count on Max Israel, an RBI single, and a run scored his first time up. And the 1-0 delivery. Line drive, center field, base hit. Here comes Jackson Crane. He's around third. He will try to score, and he will be in there. Back-to-back RBI singles for Max Israel. And Jackson Crane wheels home for the 6th run of the ball game for the Sodbusters. 1 in the first, 4 in the second, 1 in the third. At an unearned run, as Jackson Crane would not have been aboard had not it been for the error. So Israel, a good day for the number 9 hitter, 2 for 2, 2 runs batted in, and the inning not over yet with a runner at first and only 1 man out. In the top of the order coming up, Brady Alexander. Alexander 0 for 1, but a run scored. His first 2 plate appearances. He's also struck out and takes the curveball inside. Jack Starr probably nearing the end of his day, although, say, we've seen the Prospects. You get to this point, you're down a few runs. If Jack can keep throwing, they may allow him to throw. He's still at 71. You're allowed to throw until 110. It's a pop-up on the infield into short right field, to be more accurate, as it's handled there by Ripken Fleck, 2 outs. And Luke Causey will come to the plate. You can't start an inning after 100 pitches. You can't start a batter after 110. So if Jack Starr can get out of this in a reasonable number of pitches, would likely have the opportunity to pitch the 4th. We're in the bottom half of the 3rd inning of a 6-3 game. Sodbusters on top, and this pitch inside, and it is by Causey, and on to second base will go Max Israel. Luke Causey halfway to the cycle, and we're only in the 3rd. A triple in the first, a double in the second. Now you almost think here at Duncan Field it's harder to hit the homer than it is the triple. So got some work to do, and then a single as well. But, well, Luke Cossey, it's kind of been a historic year anyway. Hit one out at Duncan Field. He's got an inside the park home run here. Likely hasn't happened a whole lot in Duncan Field history. How about the cycle to kind of put the bow on his Sodbuster year? 2-0 the count on Luke Cossey. He's still got 2 hits to get it, but he may have a lot more at bats the way this game's going. 6-3 the score. Sodbusters on top. We're only in the third at Duncan Field. Steve Stein, no Ryan Valenta today as he's got the next couple of days off. We hope to see him at the playoffs, and this pitch inside, and it gets a good piece of Luke Cossey. Sometimes, okay, take one off the backside, you're okay. That was not a glancing blow, and Luke, who had battled knee issues earlier, not sure if that caught him on the knee or on the shin, but that hurts. And Luke Cossey up and trying to make his way to first base at this point for the Hastings Sodbusters. Don't know if he'll be able to continue or not. And fastball sitting mid-80s for Jack Starr. And Cossey just could not get out of the way of that one at all. You'll take the glancing blow off the helmet or off the backside. That was a solid shot, and we may see Luke taken out of the game. So Luke will exit. Joey Hecker looks like he is going to come on and run for Luke Cossey. So Cossey hit by the pitch. And the Sodbusters will have Joey Hecker in to run. Hecker played in the first game today as the DH. 1 for 3 for him. He'll now come in as a pinch runner. And the Sodbusters will have Weston Johnston at the plate, still trying to keep this inning going. They've scored 1 so far. Runners at first and second, 2 men out. Johnston with an RBI single his last time up. He's 1 for 2. Starr brings it home. Pitch outside for a ball, 1 ball, and no strikes. Hastings, another HBP. They continue to rack up that total, as Hastings has been hit by 110 pitches coming into today. Crane got hit by a pitch in the first game. It was another hit batsman in that first game. Pitch taken outside, 2 balls and no strikes. As they're going to say Joey is coming in just as a courtesy runner. So every once in a while we've seen that in the Independence League. It looks like Cossey will go back out there. Saw them allow the Plainsmen to do that earlier this year. Here's the third baseman making a nice play on the grounder off the bat of Weston Johnston. And stepping on the bag will be the third baseman, Jake Smolinski, to force out Israel to end the inning. But the Sodbusters come up with a run on 1 hit. There was 1 error and 2 men left. And we head to the 4th inning. It's Hastings 6 and the Prospects 3. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Head to the 4th inning. Sodbusters with a 6-3 lead and looking for more as Luke Cossey, see if he is going to be able to continue. It looks like Jet Hannaford has gone out to left field. And Jet Hannaford, Hastings Sodbusters, was in left, now in right field. So some changes here. Hecker does stay in the game. He will be the third baseman. So they said he was just a courtesy runner, but he will enter for Luke Causey. He'll be at third base. Tyler Welch over to first. Cale Jensen has gone out to left field. And the left fielder, Jet Hannaford, to right. Got all that? So this is like Little League and Legion Ball when you got all these guys that go to different positions. And it's great to have that kind of versatility here in the summer because, like I don't know if you heard Scott Galusha talk about the fact that the Sodbusters will have only 9 position players headed to Oahe, so you may have some guys playing out of their comfort level. Now, Hecker's been pretty solid since being at third. We're going to have an interview with him tomorrow, and he can play just about anywhere. He's caught, played center field. He was an ace on the mound. Now, we haven't seen him have a chance to pitch yet. The Sodbusters got quite a few pitchers, so I don't think we get a chance to see Joey's pitching prowess. But here today, Sodbusters moving guys around here in this second game after the HBP to Luke Causey. Hopefully he will be okay heading into the rest of the week. He battled a knee issue, and I'm not sure if that caught him on that knee or not. Here's Cody Cizik, a fielder's choice grounder, his first time up, and he swings and misses. No balls and a strike. Braden Cork has helped the Sodbusters turn the table with a couple of scoreless innings. Hastings battling for 5 runs since he's come into the game, so turning a 3-0 deficit into a 6-3 lead as Hastings getting 1 back in the first, then 4 in the second, 1 in the third. Now in the fourth, Braden Cork working quickly and throws a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Cody Cizik. Cizik, a Papillion La Vista South guy. Now 3 for 11 against the Hastings Sodbusters for the year. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes on Cizik, playing his college ball at Northwestern up in Iowa. 2-2 pitch from Braden Cork. Swing and a miss at 1 in the turf. Picked up by the catcher, Jude Greaves. He will throw down to first. I should say Weston Johnston doing the catching here in game number 2 after Greaves caught the first. And the throw to first to complete the strikeout. 3 straight strikeouts wrapped around the 3rd inning break. Johnston doing the catching. And again, the Sodbuster defense a lot different. As the pitch swung on and missed by Isaac Borges. Borges grounded back to the pitcher in inning number 1. As Hastings now has Tyler Welch playing first base. Swing and a miss at 1 that was way out of the zone. Second baseman still Max Israel. At third base, it is now Joey Hecker. The shortstop remains Chase Miller. And outfielders 2 of 3 have changed. Cale Jensen now in left. Brady Alexander in center. And moving to right field, Jet Hannaford. A 1-2 count now on Isaac Borges. Swing and a miss. 4 straight strikeouts. And now 5 overall for Braden Cork. So doing a good job in that category. 2 quick outs. He is now set down 8 in a row. Paul Schuyler was the only man to reach against Braden Cork. He had an infield single back in the second. We're now in the fourth. Hastings on top 6-3. As Cork atop the hill, he winds, he delivers. Puts it right across for strike. No balls and 1 strike. Sometimes you see players who've turned into relievers not even work out of the wind anymore. Braden, he starts, he relieves, and so he does work out of the wind when the bases are empty. Bounces this one to the left side. Chase Miller, the shortstop's got it. And how about that? Another 1-2-3 inning turned in by Braden Cork and the Sodbusters. As we head to the bottom half of inning number 4, it's Hastings 6 and Nebraska 3. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
The bottom half of inning number 4, Hastings leads it 6-3, and they will see a new pitcher. Our pitching change brought to you by Joyride Pedal Company. Looking for a unique way to celebrate, sip, and cruise through town? Joyride Pedal Company has the ultimate 14-passenger party bike. You don't even have to pedal. Their bike has electronic assist. Go to joyridepedalco.com. As a right-hander coming in, it's Major Mosser. That would have to be one of the better names in the ILB. Major Mosser. He will be a senior at Millard North. So a youngster coming in, and he'll take over for Jack Starr. Starr throwing 79 pitches in 3 innings of work to complete his day, allowing 6 runs. Just 4 of those were earned. He allowed 7 hits. He struck out 5. He walked 1 and hit 2. The Sodbusters will see if they can get some damage done here against a high school senior-to-be. What an opportunity for Major Mosser. First pitch swinging and grounding it into right field. That is Hastings left fielder Cale Jensen. Jensen was at first base, now at left, and gets his first hit of the day. He was probably pretty happy to see Jack Starr exit. 2 strikeouts against Starr. First pitch swinging against Mosser, and will ground it into left field for a base hit. Here is Tyler Welch. Welch hit by a pitch his last time up. He's also grounded out. The Sodbusters lead it 6-3 here in the 4th. They've done a great job of putting pressure on in every inning. 1 in the first, 4 in the second, 1 in the third. After the offense was fairly quiet in the first game today, just 1 run on 5 hits. The only run came on a home run from Cale Jensen. Pitch outside, throw down to first, and Jensen back in safely. Another great pick from Nikolai French, who thought maybe Jensen would be cheating away after that pitch in the turf, and French gunned it down, but Jensen back in safely. 1 ball and 1 strike, the count on Tyler Welch. 0 for 1 of the game for Tyler, as he watches it go by for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. A Hastings College grad closing out his baseball playing days. Going to be joining the working world. Hopes to get his real estate license in Arizona. 2-1 delivery, but doesn't rule out coaching and helping out in baseball. He's kind of been an unofficial assistant coach at times this year, as on the road when Corey Caranda can't travel. Tyler assuming a little bit of that role. 3 balls and 1 strike the count now on Tyler Welch. Runner at first, nobody out. Jet Hannaford waits on deck. Major Mosser making his Prospects debut. Pitch taken inside for a walk. So runners at first and second, nobody out. Jet Hannaford will come to the plate. He had 2 at-bats in the second inning. Walked and scored a run to lead things off, but then struck out to end the inning. And first and second, no one out. For Major Mosser, probably just wrapped up his Legion schedule as they had the district tournaments for the Legion teams, or more accurately, the area tournaments. And if your team doesn't make state, opportunity to play in a league like this. Pretty cool for Major Mosser. If the Mosser name sounds familiar, he's got a cousin who has pitched for this team. Pitch inside, and it gets Jet Hannaford. And the hit batsmen have come back to hurt here the last couple innings. We saw Luke Causey exit the game after being hit by a pitch. Jet Hannaford took one maybe in the ribs. Thought it was going to get his backside, which would have been much more pleasant, but Hannaford makes his way down to first base. Bases are loaded for the Sodbusters and nobody out, already leading at 6-3. Love another crooked number here and take any drama out of the end of this one. Sodbusters lost the nail-biter in the first game today, 3-1, trying for a big bounce-back victory and get back on the winning track here with Chase Miller coming to the plate, and he takes a first pitch strike. No balls and 1 strike. Miller, an infield single, a stolen base, and a run scored to the second. He's also popped out to the shortstop. Slow-moving game, but the Sodbusters will take it if they can get a win. 6-3 just in the 4th. 7-inning contest. Pitch in the turf. It's over the catcher's head and back to the screen, and that will allow the runners to move up. So Jensen scores, Welch to third, Hannaford to second, and the Sodbusters lead at 7-3. Still no one out. A single, a walk, a hit batsman, and a 1-1 count on Chase Miller for the Hastings Sodbusters. Major Mosser, the cousin of Charlie Tank Mosser, who's got a win for this Prospects team. Pop up on the infield. Good job there for Mosser. And first baseman able to make the play. Cody Cizik, there's one out. Mosser hitting about 84 with his fastball, his curveball 69 to 72. Our Flight Scope stats sponsored by Eagle Distributing as we see Jackson Crane bat. Crane has reached base twice. He has scored twice. He's knocked in a run. Infield is in, and the pitch fouled away. One strike to count on Jackson Crane, who had a solid single and a run batted in his first time up. Had seemingly a lazy fly ball to left, but Borges, who's made some really good plays today, had it pop out of his glove for an error. And Hastings able to get an unearned run across, so Jackson Crane would score on the single from Max Israel. Crane pops this one up behind home plate, and that will reach the stands here. 2 strikes now on Jackson Crane. Same 2 teams tomorrow, 6:35. That is it for the home schedule for the Hastings Sodbusters unless they're in the playoffs. Next Tuesday, are they going to be? I don't know. It's really too early to call. We have still 4 teams battling it out for this second half title. The winner will play Spearfish. Now, if Spearfish wins the second half title, 0-2 pitch on the way, is swung on and missed. If Spearfish wins the second half title, a team with the second best overall record would have an opportunity, and that's too close to call as well. As the first half, Casper was 16-9, Hastings 16-12. And right now, it's pretty much a flat-footed tie between the Sodbusters and Casper. So about a game and a half separate Casper and Hastings for the second-best overall record. Pitch swung on and missed. It's Max Israel. He's had a good day, 2 for 2. An RBI, make it 2 RBI, and a run scored. Israel playing in just his second game as he played Wednesday, joined the team this past Sunday. Pitch on the inside corner. Mosser able to get the edge on the off speed. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners at second and third. Hastings with 1 run home in the inning. Trying to find a way to get a couple more right here. Here's the pitch. And popped up, foul territory. A long run for everyone, and not room, just over the fence. Over to give it a look was Cody Cizik. Still 2 strikes. It would be a nice bounce back for Major Mosser after he gave up single, walk, hit batsman to get out of this with just 1 run allowed, because the only run scored on a wild pitch. Sodbusters not making him pass. Chase Miller had a pop up to first. Jackson Crane the strikeout, so it's still trying to find a way to manufacture another run or 2 here. 7-3, Hastings on top. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. And Mosser does come back to get the bottom 3 in the order and keep it a 4-run game after he gave up 1 run on the 1 hit. We head to the 5th. It's Hastings 7 and the Prospects 3. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Steve Stein, Hugo Basco, as we come to you today from Duncan Field. Hastings on top 7-3. They trailed 3-0 after a half inning. 1 in the first, 4 in the second, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth. And it'll be Braden Cork to try to put another 0 on the board. This is scheduled 7-inning game, so we're past the halfway point of this one, as it'll be the top of the order up there. I should say 2, 3, and 4 for the Prospects, with Fleck, Valdivia, and Hatcher against Braden Cork. First pitch, swung on and missed. No balls and a strike on Ripken Fleck. Fleck, a fielder's choice grounder, a run scored in the first. He struck out in the second. That was against Cork. And 2 quick strikes here. Cork, his first time through the lineup, striking out 5 of the 9 guys he faced. And misses here. Count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 5 strikeouts. Marcus Miller had 1 strikeout in 1 inning of work, and he's off the hook. Thought it was going to be a difficult day when Hastings gave up 3 unearned runs in the top of the first on 2 hits. There were 3 Sodbuster errors in the first inning. Been able to stay away from that. There's a swing and miss at one in the turf. Running down to first, but throwing in time will be Johnston. Johnston guns it down to Tyler Welch to complete the strikeout against Ripken Fleck. Strikeout number 6 now for Braden Cork, and it'll be Mike Valdivia to the plate. And that may do it for Cork, as Josh Printer comes out. He was probably on a pitch count as well, so you can use him sometime this weekend. If you pitch under 30 pitches, you don't have to come back. You could come back the next day. Braden Cork will be taken out after 43 pitches, and the Sodbusters going to make a pitching change. We will take a break. It is 7-3 Hastings. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Hi.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to hastingssodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
It's a pitching change for the Hastings Sodbusters, and it is sponsored by Joyride Pedal Company. As you can look for a unique way to celebrate, sip, and cruise through town, Joyride Pedal Company as the ultimate 14-passenger party bike. Don't even have to pedal. They have electric assist as well. Go to joyridepedalco.com. It'll be Adam DeBoer to come in. That's a great job for Braden Cork to settle the waters for Hastings. He ends up throwing 43 pitches, allowing no runs on 1 hit. So Cork taken out. That will allow him to come back another time before the regular season is done. As you've seen Hastings do that a few times during the course of this year, try to manage your pitchers, and doing that to allow Adam DeBoer also to maybe get back on the horse. He struggled his last outing against the Bison. He was the starting pitcher, went 4 innings, allowing 4 runs on 6 hits, striking out 1 and walking 4. As Adam DeBoer making 3 appearances so far and allowing 4 runs on 5 hits. A strikeout and 5 walks. Opponents hitting .318 against Adam DeBoer. The right-hander is going to be in there to face Valdivia and Hatcher here in the 5th inning. So after the strikeout, Braden Cork ending his day with 43 pitches thrown. And first pitch inside, and that hits Valdivia. Ugh. We've seen some tough hit batsmen. I mean, it is not just glancing blows. Valdivia up and making his way to first base. Certainly not something that is malicious right there. Hastings not wanting to give up a 4-run lead. DeBoer has scuffled with his control a little bit at times this year, so Kobe Hatcher will bat with 1 man out, and hopefully Valdivia is okay over there at first base. We already saw Luke Causey exit the game for the Hastings Sodbusters after being hit by a pitch. Hopefully he'll be okay for the remainder of his time with the Hastings Sodbusters. 1 game tomorrow, a game Saturday, and a game Sunday at Oahe as the pitches in there for a strike to Kobe Hatcher, who's 0 for 2 on the day. Hastings has been hit by 3 pitches in this game, 2 in the first contest, so up to 5 hit batsmen on the day. Line drive right side caught by Israel. Throw to first. Back in safely as Valdivia. Good job of hustling back. Looping liner off the bat of Kobe Hatcher. 2 outs the inning now. Nikolai French try to get it going as a hit batsman and a ground out for French. A strikeout for Ripken Fleck to begin the inning. But then the Sodbusters take out their right-hander, Braden Cork. Pitch swung on and missed. As Hastings working the pitch count game, trying to get at least 1 more appearance for Braden Cork. As if you throw 45 to 59 pitches, you can come back on 2 days rest. Bouncing ball to the right side. It's stepped on by the first baseman as Tyler Welch grabs it and steps on the bag, and the Hastings Sodbusters turn the Prospects away. 3 unassisted to retire French, and we are through 5 complete. I should say 4.5. We're to the bottom half, inning number 5, and Hastings 7, the Prospects 3. This is Sodbuster Baseball. Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner. A friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
At the bottom half of the 5th inning, Sodbusters with a 7-3 lead. We're talking about Braden Cork and maybe why you take him out when you did. His pitch count was at 43 in the Independence League Baseball. 31 to 44 pitches, and you can come back on just 1 day rest. So Cork would not have to pitch, or wouldn't pitch tomorrow, but could come back Saturday or Sunday. So that is why you take Braden Cork out there. If you need him on Saturday, he would be available. That's not saying he would throw on Saturday, but he would be available, and he would certainly be available Sunday. If you go over that 45 pitch count, you would have to have 2 days off, and you couldn't bring him back until Sunday. So doing your pitch counts as best you can, particularly in this situation, up by 4, and you don't feel like maybe you're done scoring yet, leading at 7-3. You'll allow your bullpen to try to get the rest of the outs here and try to split this doubleheader as the pitch is in the turf. Sodbusters bat Brady Alexander. He is looking for his first hit in this contest. 0 for 3. Reached on an error, struck out, and popped it up as the high school senior-to-be Major Mosser out there for his 2nd inning of work. And a really nice bounce-back performance for him. He allowed a single, a walk, a hit batsman, had a wild pitch, so the Sodbusters had a great chance to put a big crooked number on there, only able to manage one. Bouncing ball to the left side could be a tough play, and the throw to first, not in time. You kind of wonder there if Smolinski was going to let it go. I don't know if that stays fair. Brady Alexander beats out the infield single, and now Joey Hecker will bat for the first time in this game. Luke Causey was off to a great start. Oh, my goodness. RBI triple, RBI double, but then he got hit by a pitch and unable to continue, so Joey Hecker comes into the game, and Sodbusters made a lot of changes defensively, and Hecker gets his first at-bat here of this game. Big swing, no contact. We'll have a Joey Hecker interview tomorrow. Also going to sneak in an interview with Josh West, as we were able to play the interview with Josh Nolte earlier today. Here's the pitch. Actually, we played the Josh West interview. We'll play the Nolte interview tomorrow and have an interview with Joey Hecker. I get my Joshes confused. And then there's Josh Brenner, the coach. So, old guy, I can't keep them all straight. 1 ball and 1 strike, the count now on Joey Hecker, as we'll have the Hecker interview tomorrow as well. So we'll play 2 player spotlights as part of our pregame show. And then we'll have all of the interviews on our Sodcast before the next couple of days go by, once I have time to be in the studio to get that done. 1 ball and 2 strikes, the count on Joey Hecker, and the pitch. Swing and a miss. So Mosser's done a nice job after that tough start, gets a pop-up. Couple of strikeouts to end the 4th. After the infield single from Alexander, he strikes out Hecker. And that is 3 strikeouts in the last 4 batters, and Weston Johnston trying to move the runner along. If nothing else, you're hoping Joey could have put it in play and at least advanced Alexander. Now the throw over to Alexander to try to pick him off, because Brady could be going here with a runner at first and 1 man out. Weston Johnston, good RBI guy. You'd love to get him in RBI territory as the pitch is taken outside. Talking about Brady Alexander over at first. Of course, Johnston leading the team in doubles, a double, and Alexander likely scores from first with his speed. 7-3 Hastings, bottom half of the 5th inning. 7-inning game after the Sodbusters lost the opener 3-1. Big swing and a foul ball off the bat of Weston Johnston for the Hastings Sodbusters. Johnston picking up another multi-hit game in the first game today. That is number 13. He had a double in that first contest today. Hastings 7, Prospects 3. And the pitch. Outside, 2 balls and a strike on Weston Johnston. The infield single for Alexander to open the inning. Joey Hecker struck out. And now it's Johnston up there now with Cale Jensen waiting on deck. Sodbusters lost earlier 3-1, trying to get the split here and take a 2-1 lead in this best-of-4 series. They'll play again tomorrow at 6:35. 3-1 the count now on Johnston. Major Musser on the hill. Just a high school senior to be, getting some great experience against some college-level players, and misses with this pitch. That will put runners at first and second now, and only 1 man out. Here's Cale Jensen. Jensen, a pair of strikeouts, his first 2 at-bats. That came against the starter, Jack Starr. His only time against Major Mosser, he put it in play and got a single. First pitch he saw from Major Mosser. First and second, 1 man out. Hastings has scored in every inning. Bouncing ball foul, and you were feeling a little bit uneasy, shall we say, after the Sodbusters had only 1 run on 5 hits in the first game today. And they gave up a 3 spot in the top half of inning number 1, thinking, uh-oh, what kind of game this is going to be? But Hastings settling the game down, getting the offense going, and getting really good relief pitching. As Braden Cork coming in, throwing 3 in the 3rd inning of scoreless relief, and now turning it over to Adam DeBoer, who worked 2/3 of an inning to complete the 5th. Jensen went around, 0 balls and 2 strikes on Cale Jensen. Here's the pitch. Foul back and out of play. It remains 0 balls and 2 strikes to Central City High School graduate Cale Jensen. Going to be taking his college skills on to the University of Illinois, Chicago. Neat opportunity for him. Started at D1, North Dakota State. Runners go, pitch outside, throw down to third base. Not going to be in time. Is there any team that does the double steal more than the Hastings Sodbusters? Runners at second and third. Now, after that, double swipe. Alexander to third, Weston Johnston to second. And Cale Jensen trying to bring guys home here with a hit to the outfield. Also takes away the double play possibility, and at this point, the Prospects still going to allow a run if a ball's hit back up the middle. 1-2 pitch outside, 2-2. An infield single to begin the inning, a strikeout, and then the walk to Johnston. Sodbusters up by 4, looking for more in the bottom of the 5th. They have scored in every frame so far. You would have loved about 3 more runs in that first game and a 3-1 loss. Here they lead it 7-3 after they scored 13 on Tuesday. You would have given up the run rule win that game 8-3 or so, and save a few of those for that first game. But baseball just doesn't work that way. 2-2 the count still. Quite an at bat here for Jensen, who continues to battle against Major Musser. Brings it home, and it's inside. So all the way back to full now to Cale Jensen with Tyler Welsh waiting on deck. Hastings 7, Nebraska 3. Bottom half of the 5th inning, 7-inning game after the Sodbusters drop the opener 3-1. 3-2 pitch. Ball 4. So back-to-back walks. Mosser's seen the pitch counts elevate a little bit after Jack Starr threw 79 pitches. Mosser's up to 36 pitches thrown here in his 2nd inning of work. And Tyler Welsh, chance to do some major damage. Stepping in, he walked his last time up. He's been hit by a pitch, 0 for 1 in the game. With Alexander at third, Johnston at second, Jensen at first. And here comes Gabe Shemwell as maybe talking to his catcher right here. I'm not sure. Did Nikolai French take one? Going to visit with him a little bit. He's the starting catcher for the Nebraska Prospects. As Tyler Welch getting set to go. A game at 6:35 tomorrow. Then Hastings will be at Owyhee Saturday and Sunday. The Owyhee team at Fremont today. Spearfish and Casper taking the day off before their big 3-game series in Casper after Spearfish just swept Casper in 2 games. That was good news for Hastings, as seeing Casper fall to 13-9 in second half competition, but then Hastings falling into a virtual tie, a few percentage points ahead of Casper. Both of those teams 4 games above 500. Back to action now as Mosser brings home the pitch, and it's bounced to the left side. The third baseman's got it. The only play to first in time. They'll get the out. Smolinski able to throw out Tyler Welsh, but he does get a run home. 5-3 on the putout. Alexander scores. Weston Johnston to third. Cale Jensen to second, and Hastings has scored in every inning. 8-3. And it'll be Jet Hannaford, who has reached base twice. He's 0 for 1 with a run scored. Now playing right field. Started the game in left, but after that hit batsman to Luke Causey taken out, and hopefully he is okay, and it's just precautionary measures. As Jet Hannaford puts the pitch up there. Hastings Sodbusters with the lead by a score of 8-3. Hastings looking to find a way to get the insurance run home here. And the pitch. Swing and a miss for Jet Hannaford. The count goes to no balls and 2 strikes on Jet. 8 runs, 9 hits for the Sodbusters. They committed 3 errors in the first half inning, but have been able to right the ship defensively. 3 runs, 3 hits, 2 errors for the Prospects. 0-2 delivery, and Jet Hannaford takes it out of the zone for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes 1 in the first, 4 in the second, and single runs in the third, fourth, and fifth as the Hastings Sodbusters have their biggest lead now at 8-3. Runners at second and third. Jet Hannaford watches it go by for strike 3 as he couldn't pull the trigger. And that'll do it for Hastings. They come up with another run on 1 hit, and they leave runners at second and third as we head to the 6th inning. It's Hastings 8 and Nebraska 3. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate wood bat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Head of the 6th inning, it's an 8-3 game. The Hastings Sodbusters have the lead as Adam DeBoer will come out for his first full inning of work. It's the Hastings Sodbusters getting another run home. They have 8 runs, 9 hits in the contest. Leaving 2 more. They've stranded quite a few runners in the game. Up to 10 left on base, and we've played just 5 innings. So Adam DeBoer back out there. He'll face Smolinski, Robinson, and Cizik. Hit the first man he faced, but then got a line out and a ground out. We told you about the fact that Braden Cork came out, struck out the first man he faced, 6 strikeouts, but able to use his pitch count to their advantage as they have an opportunity to bring him back on Saturday at Oahe if needed. Just trying to keep the opportunity to have a chance to play meaningful baseball this Saturday and Sunday. If they win today and they win tomorrow, they will have that opportunity against the Oahe Zap, as still 4 teams battling for the second half title, 3 teams battling for the right to play Spearfish in the playoffs. Spearfish winning the first half in a hotly contested race that went right down to the wire. They edged out Casper and Hastings. Hastings fading with a late losing streak, but they've righted the ship here in the second half and now in the hunt, not only for the second half title, but also in the hunt for the second best overall record if Spearfish happens to win the second half. So a lot of opportunities. Here's Jake Smolinski, the beer batter, who did strike out earlier in this game. Also has a single to his credit. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. No balls and a strike on Jake Smolinski. 2 of the 3 hits for this prospect squad coming in the first. The other was a leadoff single in the second. No hits since that time, and all of their runs coming in the first after they scored 3 runs in the first game. All of those coming in inning number 3. Pitch taken for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike on Smolinski. Top half of inning number 6. It's getting late. 7-inning game. Hastings needing 6 outs to close out the victory and to move back over 500 by 9 games. They have been there multiple times. 7 times they have been 9 games over 500, trying to make it 8. They have never been 10 games over 500. Just can't break through. They went 32-20 a year ago. Have a chance to finish right around there as well if this goes well in the final 4 games. 1-2 delivery on the way. High and nearly got a piece of Smolinski. DeBoer hitting about 84 with his fastball, 73 with his slider. Our Flight Scope statistics sponsored by Eagle Distributing. No action for the Sodbusters. Actually, somebody playing catch. That's Elijah Thomas. Not on the hill yet, but he is playing catch outside. Count goes to 3 balls and 2 strikes. And I know the Sodbuster fans want to strike out so they can get some sort of beer special for Sodbuster fans for real. Just hoping for an out. You're up by 5. Find a way to get this out. Keep this Nebraska team at bay. And this one is popped up. Put in play. Probably ball 4. It's going to be on the left side of the infield. And Miller calls off Hecker to make the play. 1 out. Robinson will come to the plate now. He's 0 for 2. Reached on an error his first time up. And also struck out. Braden Cork settling this game down as he came into the second. Allowed an infield single. And then would set down 10 in a row before coming out of the game. And now it's DeBoer who has bounced back from a hit batsman to retire the last 3. 1 out, nobody on in the 5th. I should say in the 6th. The Sodbusters on top by a 5-run margin. DeBoer brings it home. At the letters for a strike, no balls and 1 strike on Sean Robinson. Robinson, the St. Cloud, Minnesota State guy from Scott Catholic. Had his 3rd hit against the Sodbusters in the first game today. He was 3 for 12 before this game, now 3 for 14 as he fouls the pitch away. Scott Catholic, so much success in many sports, including baseball. 8-3, Sodbusters on top of the Prospects in the top half of inning number 6. Hastings finds itself 5 outs from victory and a chance to erase the memory of that 3-1 first game loss to the Prospects. 0-2 delivery, and it's high. Seen a couple really get away from Adam. He's been around the zone and then all of a sudden just throws it right over an opponent's head. He's already hit one and nearly got a piece of Smolinski before Smolinski popped it up. Now 1 ball and 2 strikes to count on Sean Robinson. 8-3, the Sodbusters with the lead. DeBoer takes his time and brings it home. Way outside, 2-2 the count. Adam DeBoer for the Hastings Sodbusters has had a wide range of experience. His most recent stop, East Central Missouri. Good spring for him, 5-2 with a 3.81 ERA. Earning an opportunity to go down to Texas. He'll be playing at Texas A&M Kingsville, an NCAA Division II school, for his next college stop. 3-2 now on Sean Robinson. DeBoer out of the stretch and the pitch. Spikes it into the turf, and it's a 1-out walk. So was ahead of both of the first 2 hitters, worked it back to full on each of them, and ends up giving up a walk. It'll be Cody Cizik. Cizik 0 for 2. Fielder's choice grounder back in the first. A strikeout in the 4th. One of 4 straight strikeout victims of Braden Cork. 1 on, 1 out. Sodbusters trying to hang on here. You know that baseball, you never know that these leads can hold up. Hastings had that difficult loss to take against the hands of Fremont when they gave up 4 runs in the 7th inning after leading it 4-0 and gave up 5 runs in the 8th as part of their homestand. Hastings with the loss earlier today. Trying to bounce back here. 2-0 pitch on the outside corner for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike on Cody Cizik. As the Sodbusters began this homestand and a span of 13 games in 14 days with a 2-game sweep of Nebraska. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Beat the Prospects 9-3 and 13-5. Then they won 2 of 3 from the Bison, winning 6-5, losing 8-4, winning 14-3. Talked about that doubleheader against Fremont. It was supposed to be games on separate days, but we had the long rain delay and ended up having to complete it the next day. Swing and a miss. DeBoer comes all the way back to get Cizik after he was 2-0. Gets the strikeout here, 2 outs in the inning. So they ended up beating Fremont 5-1, had an opportunity to get the sweep, but lost 9-5 in 8 innings. Had the game against Nebraska 13-3 on Tuesday, and now what's turned into a doubleheader here instead of single games on Wednesday and Thursday. Another game with Nebraska tomorrow before heading to Oahe for 2, and you just hope the weather cooperates and get all the games in because every game means something for most of these teams. Fremont eliminated from playoff competition, but the other 4 teams who are eligible for the playoffs in the Independence League all have a chance here heading into the final weekend, which is really kind of cool. A lot of parity as Isaac Borges 0 for 2 at the plate takes the pitch for a strike. Borges, a tough second game in a lot of different ways. He committed an error earlier in this game. He made a great outfield assist in that first game to take away a double from Joey Hecker. 1-1 delivery, and that curves right across. Quickly 1-2 on Isaac Borges. Borges did have a hit in the first game. Now 3 for 13 against the Sodbusters this season. This is the 6th game. Runner goes. The pitch is flied right side and out of play. As Tyler Welsh over to give it a look. It remains 1-2. Welsh moving from third to first after the injury on the hit batsman to Luke Causey. Sodbusters entering Joey Hecker and have moved guys all over the place with Hecker to third, Welsh to first, Hannaford to right, Jensen to left. 1-2 with 2 outs. Adam DeBoer trying to put another 0 on the board and brings it home. That was way high, way inside, and to second base will go Sean Robinson. We have seen that happen 3 times for Adam DeBoer where it's just got away, shall we say. Now 2-2 to Isaac Borges, batting in the 9th spot with Paul Schuyler on deck. And you really want to get Borges because Schuyler a chance to move guys along. He hits a couple 100 points higher. Paul Schuyler is 2 for 3 in this game. So find a way to work your way through Borges. Take your chances here. 2-2 the count. Gabe Shemwell questioning something, and I'm not sure exactly what, but Gabe Shemwell is having a word with T. Smith, who says, go back down the third base box, and Gabe Shemwell not pleased with the home plate umpire at this point. 2-2 with 2 outs. And DeBoer out of the stretch. And the pitch. In the turf, Johnston able to block it, and it's 3-2. So Borges working it back full. 8 runs, 9 hits for the Hastings Sodbusters. 3 runs, 3 hits for the Nebraska Prospects. First game rolled right along. This has not been a crisply moving game, but the Sodbusters would take any kind of win they can get here. 3-2 delivery, and that's outside. So they will indeed have to face the top of the order in the person of Paul Schuyler, who is 2 for 3. And if the Prospects are going to come back, get a couple of runs here, they feel like they're certainly in it. And like I say, after the tough day when Hastings ended up seeing a 4-run lead in the last at bat slip away, you take nothing for granted here. You'd love a 0 on the board. There's still one more at bat before that, top of the 7th. But Paul Schuyler trying to get runs on the board for the first time since the first. Pitch way outside. Good stop, Johnston. 1-0 the count on Schuyler. There was action for Hastings, and now there is going to be action for Hastings as we see Elijah Thomas, the left-hander, getting hot for the Hastings Sodbusters in relief of the right-hander, Adam DeBoer. 1-0 delivery. Way outside, 2-0. DeBoer came in last inning, hit a man, get 2 outs. This inning, a pop-up, a walk, a strikeout, a walk. Walking your way into difficulty, and now it's the top of the order up there for the Nebraska Prospects. 2-0 delivery. Misses ball 3, throw down to first. And back in safely will be Isaac Borges. A 3-0 now on Schuyler. And how much patience will you have with Adam DeBoer up by 5? Can DeBoer work his way back? Adam DeBoer from Beatrice. 3-0 the count. And the pitch. Right across for strike 1, 3-1. on Schuyler, with Ripken Fleck hoping to get an at-bat here in the 6th. All of the damage done in the first inning for the Nebraska Prospects, but trying to remedy that and get right back in this one here in the 6th inning. 3-1 pitch. Right there for strike 2, off speed and across at the knees. And Hastings has 8, but has left many on. 10 stranded batters through 5 innings, and they've had runner at third, less than 2 out in a couple of situations, and failed to score. 3-2 pitch on the way. Ball 4. So now they're loaded up. And Ripken Fleck can bring his team right back into the game as Josh Printer will bring the balls to the home plate umpire, T. Smith. We'll see if that's on the way to the mound. It will be, as we'll have a visit to the mound as Adam DeBoer has walked the bases full, and now he faces Ripken Fleck, who's 0 for 3 in the game, but a huge chance for Fleck to get this Prospect team right back in the game. 8-3, Hastings on top of the Nebraska Prospects. And we saw how fleeting a lead in baseball can be even here at Duncan Field. Fremont had runners at first and second with 2 men out, down by 4 in the second game of that doubleheader a few days ago, back on the 20th. Rallied for 4 and then scored 5 in the extra frame to win it. You're thinking, well, that's a devastating loss, but Hastings comes back with a 13-3 victory. Felt like you needed a sweep today. Not going to get that. Must have a split, and you need a win tomorrow. But that makes that series at Oahe doubly important and doubly tough. Got to find a way to win out. That may be enough. Bases loaded. DeBoer stays in, and a huge chance for the Prospects to get right back in this one. High for ball 1 to Ripken Fleck. Fleck, a fielder's choice grounder, a run scored back in the first. He's struck out twice since. Both of those coming against Braden Cork. 1-0 the count. Adam DeBoer brings it home. Off speed, right across for strike 1. And you're thinking, you're trying to manage your pitching staff. Braden Cork, would he have been able to just close things out? Yes, but then you probably wouldn't have been able to use Braden Cork at all against Oahe. So managing today for the rest of the weekend. Bouncing ball to the right side. It's going to be picked up by Welsh, and foul ball. Unfortunate for the Sodbusters there. They would have taken the ground out. Instead, foul ball. By about 6 inches, the ball did go foul. No argument for Hastings, and it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes, but they are 1 strike closer. So you look at the big picture if you're Josh Printer. Having Cork in a high-leverage situation could be big Saturday or Sunday. Here is a miss. That just out of the zone, and I thought that maybe Ripken Fleck may have offered at it. Not the case. Did they say no pitch? Not sure if the time was called. DeBoer back atop the hill, and the delivery. Rifles this one to left. That's trouble. Jensen goes back and can't get there. 1 run will score. A 2nd run will score. They're going to try to score a 3rd run. Here comes the throw home. That is airmailed over everything. And that allows Ripken Fleck to move up to 3rd. It's a 2-run double. Make it a 3-run double for Ripken Fleck. And ladies and gentlemen, it's a ball game again. 8-6 the score, and Josh Printer will go get Adam DeBoer. We'll take a break. Don't go away. This one not over yet. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
Pitching change coming here at Duncan Field, and you felt moderately comfortable. Now you don't, as the tying run will come to the plate here in the 6th inning after that 3-run double off the bat of Ripken Fleck. Give the other team an opportunity to stay in it, and they may. 3 walks in the inning. All of those guys come around to score. Fleck with a 3-run double, advancing to third on a throwing error. And our pitching change is going to happen, brought to you by Joyride Pedal Company. If you want details, go to joyridepedalco.com, as Hastings will turn to Elijah Thomas out of Contra Costa Community College. The Comets, he's from Rodeo, California, making his 8th appearance in 13 2/3, allowing 12 runs on 13 hits, striking out 10, walking 17, hitting 4. Opponents hitting .265 his last outing. Coming against the Bison when he went 2 innings, allowing 3 runs on 4 hits, striking out 4, and walking 2. And he's going to be in there facing Mike Valdivia. Runner at third, 2 outs, and Ripken Fleck, the man of the hour, knocking home 3, and we have ourselves a ball game here in the top of the 6th. Pitch right across for a strike, no balls and 1 strike. Sodbusters were a strike away from getting out of things in the 6th inning, but Ripken Fleck doubles over the head of Cale Jensen out left, brings home 3, and now it's anybody's ball game as the Sodbusters give up the 3 walks in the inning. It was the first hit since the 2nd. The 3 walks opening the door, and now Valdivia trying to get on. He represents the tying run, and the pitch outside for ball 2, 2 balls and a strike. There's more action out in the Hastings bullpen, trying to not to use another arm, but got to do what you got to do to win this one. The Oahe series may not mean much if you can't win today and tomorrow. And I totally understand that move of taking out Braden Corrick with the team seemingly comfortable in front, but been tacking on single runs here. You were hoping maybe they'd be multiple runs, and this wouldn't have been a factor, but getting 1 in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th to extend the 5-3 lead, but 3 right back here for the Prospects. Now a throw down to third, and not going to be in time. Nice idea, as we saw Ripken Fleck with a pretty big lead, but you also didn't want to throw that one away. Now it's 3-2 on Valdivia, and the Sodbusters in danger of walking their 4th of the inning. And the pitch way high, way outside, no chance, and Valdivia aboard. So now the tying run is on for Kobe Hatcher. Hatcher, the 8th man to bat the inning. He's 0 for 2. The Prospects, a team batting average coming into today at .236. Felt like you had a 5-run lead. In a game like this, the only way that you're going to allow the other team to get back in it is to give them the opportunity. And the Sodbusters with 3 walks make it 4 walks and an error in the inning. Now the tying run on there with still 2 outs. Elijah Thomas trying to find a way after he walked the first man he faces. Left-hander brings it home. Hard hit ball, caught. Welsh coming off the bag, making the catch in foul territory. You'll take it. Kobe Hatcher hit it on the button, and the Sodbusters survive the inning still in front. 3 runs on 1 hit, 2 men left, and we head to the bottom half of the 6th inning. It's 8-6 Hastings. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters Baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Well, now it's pins and needles time. You felt pretty comfortable at 8-3, now 8-6, and Hastings would like a little more insurance. Meanwhile, the Owyhee zapping Fremont. Owyhee making the trip to Fremont, and they are leading the Moo. Owyhee trying to wrap up the second half standings. It would be big if they win and the Sodbusters lose today. They would go to 15-6. Sodbusters, they've already lost one today, trying to get back to 5 games over 500 with a win today. Of course, you're going to have the extra, we would have had the extra game. You'll play tomorrow. This would have been, if you get a sweep today, you had the 4 games remaining today, while the Owyhee Zap, with their 2-game series at Fremont and then the 2 against the Sodbusters. 5 games, including the doubleheader today for Hastings. Pitch is taken for a strike, no balls, and 1 strike on Chase Miller. Miller an infield single, a run scored in the second. He's popped it up twice since. Hastings on top just 8-6 as Major Mosser keeping his team in it. Bouncing ball foul. Young man getting a chance to pitch here after completing his Legion schedule, we would assume. And the Sodbusters trying to hang on here. 0-2 delivery on the way. That's in the turf and back to the screen. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Chase Miller. Hastings Sodbusters with seemingly a comfortable 8-3 lead before that top half of the 6th inning, but 3 runs on just 1 hit. Sodbusters would walk 4 in the inning to give the Prospects the opportunity to mount a comeback, and they got the big 3-run double to make this one a game again. Chase Miller has watched 3 straight balls go by after he was down 0-2. Hastings just trying to get another tack-on run, add a little more insurance. There is action behind Elijah Thomas. See if he's going to go out there for the 7th. As the wind and the delivery from Mosser is popped up. Miller on the infield. Backing up is the first baseman and makes the catch. Good job there. They jammed him. Cody Cizik takes care of Chase Miller. 1 out, and it'll be Jackson Crane coming to the plate. 8 runs, 9 hits for the Sodbusters. 6 runs on just 4 hits. We've seen a combined 6 errors in the game. 4 on the Sodbusters, 3 in the first inning. Jackson Crane has been on base twice. He's scored twice. 1 for 3 in the contest, and pops this one to the right side. Foul and out of play. No balls and a strike on Jackson Crane. Bottom half of the 6th inning. Hastings on top, 8-6 now. While the Fremont Moo and Owyhee Zap battle in Fremont, and it's Owyhee on top 8-4. They'll play again tomorrow. Bouncing ball back up the middle. The shortstop has it. The set, the throw to first in time on a bang-bang play, but no doubt about it, Crane is gone. Well thrown by Mike Valdivia, and 2 outs. Max Israel tries to salvage the inning for Hastings, trying to keep it going. With action in the pen, you maybe think that Hastings is going to go to the bullpen to begin the 7th inning. We'll see if they turn it over to Elijah Thomas again. Thomas came in, got a walk, but then got the last out on a hard hit ball. Pitch over the head of Israel. That liner off the bat of Kobe Hatcher to first baseman Tyler Welch, ending the frame. 1-0 delivery. Hard hit ball, right field base hit. So Max Israel has a 3-hit game. Welcome to Hastings. Kind of wonder how he would come in. The College of St. Scholastica, 1 for 3 against the Prospects 2 days ago with an RBI and 2 runs scored, and now 3 for 4 in this contest, batting in the 9 spot. 2 runs batted in and a run scored. So you like the offense. Guy who can play a lot of different positions, and a little bonus here on the offensive side. You didn't know what you were going to get, but he has come out and swung the bat well. Back to the top of the order for Brady Alexander. Alexander beat out an infield single and scored a run. Hastings has scored in every inning. Is that going to be enough? I don't know. Meanwhile, the Prospects have scored in only 2 of their 6 at-bats. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike, Brady Alexander. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 in the first, 4 in the second, single runs in the third, fourth, and fifth. The Prospects 3 in the first, 3 in the sixth. Throw over to first. See if Hastings sends Max Israel. A very aggressive coaching style for Josh Printer. It's fun. Sometimes it goes well, sometimes not. First game, lost a couple of guys on the bases. Runner does go. Pitch taken for a strike. Throw down to second, and Israel is out. Well thrown there. A good job for Nikolai French. 2-6 on the count, stealing. Max Israel is erased. And a good job for Major Mosser to face the minimum here in the 6th. Sodbusters trying to win it in the 7th. It's 8-6. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Head of the 7th inning, Elijah Thomas stays in there trying to close things out. He came on for Adam DeBoer, walked the first man he faced, but able to get a line out to first base to end the inning. Still on top by 2. There is action behind him, so maybe a short lease for Elijah Thomas for the Hastings Sodbusters. Now up 8-6, trying to earn a split. They lost the opening game 3-1, trailed 3-0 early in this one, 8 unanswered. Before that, 3-run 6th inning, and then a great job for Major Mosser to put up a 0 for the first time in the game. And all the momentum on the side of the white-clad Prospects here heading into the 7th inning. Hastings, it was just a few days ago that they saw a 4-run lead evaporate in the 7th inning and lost in 8. That's been fairly rare this year. Hastings has done a nice job of closing out games late, so that was kind of a misnomer. And it wasn't a lot of walks in that particular game, just a case of the other team hitting it. There was a 1 walk late and an error, which ended up allowing the tying run to come across in that 7th, and Hastings would lose it in 8. First pitch swinging, first pitch hitting, as Nikolai French lines this one into the right center field gap, and the tying run will come to the plate with no one out here in the 7th. Jake Smolinski now will come to the plate. Smolinski, 1 for 3, a single back in the first. He struck out and popped up since. Elijah Thomas trying to find a way here with the runner at first and no one out. Love a double play ball to erase any kind of threat. High drama here at Duncan Field. A pitch hit hard to center field, but right in his tracks, Brady Alexander. 2 pitches have resulted in a single and an out. And Sean Robinson will bat now. So you like the early swings for the Hastings Sodbusters. Both put in play. No chance for any kind of walks in that situation. And here's Elijah trying to get Sean Robinson set down. He is 0 for 2. One of the 3 guys who walked in advance of the 3-run double for Ripken Fleck. Also important, try to get it done here in the bottom of the order and not have to face Schuyler and Fleck at the top of the order. 0-1 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, 0-2 on Robinson, who is 0 for 2 and a run scored. Cizik waits on deck, runner at first after the leadoff single from Nikolai French. Elijah Thomas trying to nail things down here, earn his first save for the Hastings Sodbusters. And that misses. 1 ball and 2 strikes. A Californian on the team. This squad from players from all over the country and beyond. The Canadian. Don't know if we're going to get another chance to see Bulldoin as the pitch called strike 3. Robinson couldn't pull the trigger. That's a big second out, and now Hastings 1 out away without seeing the tying run get on base. Cody Cizik, pair of strikeouts so far in this one. Jacob Bulldoin got hit by a batted ball in that exhibition game against the Cornhusker League All-Stars. We've not seen him since. He's been trying to throw some bullpen, but just can't get the pain to go away, particularly on the follow-through. Pitch taken for a strike. Good news, no broken bones, so hopefully if he doesn't pitch for the Sodbusters, just be able to work through that in the offseason and be ready to go for Arkansas Tech in the fall. Bouncing ball to the left side. It's going to be fielded by Hecker. He'll set. He'll throw to first in time, and the Sodbusters get the win. Joey Hecker over to first baseman Tyler Welch, and Hastings hangs on, and a nice job for Elijah Thomas to come in and pick up the save. He allowed the tying run to come to the plate, but got 3 quick outs on a line out, a strikeout, and a ground out, and Hastings gets the victory. Back in the win column here as they go to 28-19. They are 12-7 in second half standings. They go to 21-9 here at Duncan Field and 10-9 in their green uniforms as they win the ball game 8-6. We'll talk about it right after this. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate wood bat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
At Hastings College, we celebrate all the ways you shine. From more than 20 athletic teams to band, choir, theater, and art, plus esports, creative writing, speech, and media. Join in to earn a scholarship and find your people, the friends you'll hang out and have fun with. It's what makes Hastings great. So check out Hastings College, where your experience matters, in the classroom and in the activities you love to do. Visit us at hastings.edu.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen, a tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Back to Duncan Field, the Hastings Sodbusters hold on for a doubleheader split with the Nebraska Prospects winning the second game 8-6. Final numbers, Hastings 8 runs, 10 hits. They commit 4 errors. Nebraska 6 runs on 5 hits. They commit 2 errors. A really rough start for Hastings. They give up 3 runs in the top half of the first inning, committing 3 errors along the way, but put that behind them as they ended up getting a run in the first, 4 in the second, 1 in the third, 4th, and 5th to go up 8-3, but then high drama as Nebraska able to rally for 3 runs on just 1 hit in the 6th. The Sodbusters walked the bases loaded before a 3-run double off the bat of Ripken Fleck made it 8-6. They got the tying run on in the 6th, couldn't get any more damage done. They got their tying run to the plate in the 7th, but nothing across as the Sodbusters hang on for the win. Offensively, Luke Causey, 2 for 2, 2 runs batted in, a double and a triple. Unfortunately, was hit by a pitch and had to exit the game. Hopefully he is all right. How about Max Israel? Just his second game for the Sodbusters and a 3-hit contest. 3 for 4, 2 runs batted in, and a run scored for Max Israel. Those are the 2 multi-hit games. Brady Alexander goes 1 for 4 with 2 runs scored. Joey Hecker, who came in for Causey, had just the 1 at bat. Weston Johnston 1 for 3 with an RBI. Cale Jensen 1 for 3 with a run scored. Jet Hannaford walked and scored a run for the Sodbusters. Chase Miller 1 for 4 with a run scored. Jackson Crane 1 for 4, an RBI, and 2 runs scored. Causey with the 2 extra base hits for Hastings in this one. Pitching-wise, you had Marcus Miller come out and throw the first. That was the plan. He was only supposed to throw under 30 pitches. See how his foot is doing, as he had stitches in that foot after a mowing accident. And it was a real struggle for him, as defense wasn't good behind him. He committed 1 error, and then there were 2 others. He did strike out 1. And so he gave way to Braden Cork. Cork doing the job today as he goes 3 1/3 innings, allowing no runs on 1 hit. And they do make you throw into the 5th to get the win. Adam DeBoer actually picks up the victory with a 1 1/3 innings, allowing 3 runs on just 1 hit. He walked 3 and hit 1. And Elijah Thomas comes on and picks up his first save with 1 1/3 inning of 1-hit relief. Strikes out 1 and walks 1. So Elijah, congratulations to him as he picks up his first save as a Hastings Sodbuster. For the Prospects, they had a multi-hit game from Paul Schuyler, 2 for 3, 2 runs scored. He had 2 of their 5 hits. Ripken Fleck with that big 3-run hit as he goes 1 for 4, 3 runs batted in and a run scored. Mike Valdivia scored a run. Nikolai French with a hit. Justin Smolinski with a hit in 4 tries. Sean Robinson had a run scored and a run batted in and going 0 for 3. And Isaac Borges with a run scored for the Prospects. And again, the Hastings Sodbusters with their win today, improving to 28-19, 12-7 in the second half. The Prospects falling to 9-21, 4-8 in second half standings as the Hastings Sodbusters trying to stay in the hunt here in the second half. Really needed a sweep, but they did settle for the split. And try to get the latest update on what's happening with that Oahe-Fremont game, as those 2 teams are squaring off. Oahe still on top. They lead it 8-5. It is in the 8th inning, so Fremont's gotten a run back. But Fremont still trails by 3. A win today, Oahe goes 9 games over 500. Hastings stays at 5 games over 500 after splitting their 2 contests. So still high drama heading into the final 4 games of the year for the Hastings Sodbusters. The game tomorrow, and actually 3 games after the doubleheader today. Got 1 more, and then the 2 at Oahe as Josh Printers come up. A doubleheader split today. Talk about the bounce back after that tough loss, 3-1 earlier today.
Just being too big game 1. Anything we hit hard. Just had too much air on it, and we've said it all year, but those are outs at Duncan, and just go back. We also gave them two really big free outs in the first 2 innings, and just make sure those are big. There's no reason to steal there when he had his timing down in that first inning, but he couldn't throw strikes. So just talking about that a little bit, because the next 2 he ended up hitting them, and we could have base loaded 1 out there. That was a big spot, but no, just a reset. Still, just taking it one game at a time, and just try to play meaningful baseball down the stretch, and big response from them. Really, really big performance. Really big spot for Elijah to come in there and shut it down after them making it a ball game, and the 3 runs in the 6th, and really, really happy, and really big spot for him, and just. Really, that was huge. That was a big part of game 2 was Elijah there then.
Yeah, picking up his first save, and it's not like it was an easy save, as things were kind of reeling, and able to come in and get a 4-out save, and giving up the leadoff single in the 7th didn't let it get to him as he got out the next 3.
Yeah, we had a couple guys in the pen after, but he was throwing strikes. It'd be a little different if that was a leadoff walk, but first pitch fastball, put a good swing on it, and then the next guy came up and ended up lining out to center, which was a huge first out. But no, him showing me that he was filling the zone up. Just wanted to keep him out there, and if he would have gotten a little bit of trouble, we had 2 guys coming in after him. But no, just really good performance out of Elijah there.
Really ugly start to the second game. You thought, okay, is this going to be a little carryover? 3 unearned runs in the first, and the plan was just to throw Marcus for 1 inning. Talk about the way the team responded offensively, and then also Braden Cork settling the game down from a pitching standpoint.
Huge out of Braden to come in there and fill it up. They weren't really picking up his slider or cutter. I don't think he throws a cutter, but he throws a hard slider, so they weren't really picking that up. So he kept going to that, and really big out of him to keep us in a game there. But we brought everyone off to the side there and talked just a reset, but it's time to turn it on. But at the same time, if you guys don't think we're going to score 3 runs in this game, you guys are crazy. So just a little bit confidence going in there, just reset, flush it, but make sure we're locked in from here on out.
And Causey, double and a triple to each in his first 2 innings. You guys end up scoring 5 in those. I'm thinking, well, he's halfway to the cycle, although gets hit by the pitch. How's he doing? Well, first of all, talk about his offense and his condition after he got plunked.
Really good swings on both those balls. Stayed inside that one to left center, his first AB, and then running. You got to run hard out of the box there. If he's not doing that, he ain't getting a third there. So really good job of him. And then Jackson Crane, real quick. Jackson Crane. Ball to the left fielder with that sun, never know. But out of the box, he ran hard out of the box, and that's why he stood on 2, and he ended up scoring, which was actually kind of the start of a big inning there in the third, I think, I think third, maybe second. But anyway, going back to Causey, seeing it well, and then, I mean, it's hard in like the 5th inning, it kind of dust sets in, and just really, he thought a fastball was coming, and he didn't really pick up spin, ended up recognizing it late and kind of got it on the tip of his kneecap, and didn't sound good. Ended up getting a pinch runner there, and he was eligible to go back in the game, but we talked real quick, and there's no reason to force anything, especially the fall for Arkansas Tech going to be starting here soon. But no, hopefully he'll be all right. We'll see on that. I don't know for sure how he'll be tomorrow, but hopefully he can ice it and feel better. But just 2 really good swings on balls, and then Kale also, I mean, that's the second one he's hit the very top of the wall there in game 1. That was a really good swing from Kale, and just crazy. I mean, I've seen that's 4 or 5 that I've seen or been a part of here at Duncan, and both the ones that Kel's hit at the top of the wall and bounced over and kind of messed with him a little bit. He don't even have enough juice to clear a wall there, but 2 really good swings from Kel the last couple of years, so really happy for Kel.
Yeah, pretty special for Cale Jensen to get the home run out of here. That was the bright spot in that first game from an offensive standpoint. How about Max Israel? A 3-hit game in his second contest. I mean, you were thinking, okay, late season guy, he's going to fill a hole, but maybe a guy who can add a little offense too.
Absolutely. Made a really good diving play yesterday, made a couple plays tonight, and just offensively, man, I mean, just sticking to his approach. He came and we talked a little bit on the approach you're going to have at Duncan Field, staying on top of balls, hitting line drives, and he looked at me and he was like, well, good, I'm a doubles line drive hitter, and I said, well, you'll hopefully that'll play well here at Duncan Field, and he showed that tonight, and just kept it simple and just hit line drives with some backspin, and had a good double, and then had 2 really good opposite field line drives. That just really excited to have him over there at second.
He's Josh Printer, head coach for the Hastings Sodbusters, as Hastings splits a doubleheader today, dropping the opener 3-1, but bouncing back with the win as they take the second contest by a score of 8-6, and once again we're down to the final 3 games of the regular season. Only 1 more here at Duncan Field. Chance to come out for a 6:35 contest, and then 2 at Oahe Saturday and Sunday. Hastings still in the hunt, but they're going to need to win tomorrow to have a chance to control their own destiny at Oahe the final weekend on Saturday and Sunday. Join us tomorrow, and we'll be bringing you more Sodbuster Baseball. Big thank you to Connor Christensen, Noah Pagel running things in the other booth. And a big thank you to Hugo Basco for filling in today. He was our producer. Final score, once again, Game 2 of our doubleheader sees Hastings defeat the Nebraska Prospects 8-6. I'm Steve Stein. Good night, everyone.
Catch the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Get the ultimate fan experience at a Hastings Sodbuster game this summer. Enjoy high-level collegiate summer wood bat baseball at the beautiful and historic Duncan Field in Hastings. Baseball and a whole lot more. Affordable family fun. That's what the Sodbusters and the Independence League are all about. Sodbuster Baseball. It's your team.
Catch the